everybody, and welcome to the Sunday episode of Blunders Bothwellians Wounded Witch Edition. This is only episode 2, isn't it, guys? Wow. I have been planning this for a very, very, very long time, so it feels for me as if it's episode 27, but for you guys, it's just the beginning and it's really exciting. So, to recap your last episode, you guys all met in Travis in a town on the northwestern port called Savis. The interesting thing about this town was that once you had come inside it, you spoke with the elders of the town and several half-orcs, which seems to have taken over the town and started guarding it. And between speaking to both of these groups, you were told in no uncertain terms that they could not let you leave. This was interesting because so far you'd been able to freely roam wherever you chose and whatever you fancied doing. However, they claimed it was too dangerous for you to leave and they wanted you to stay here and it was all for your own protection. After spending some time in the tavern, one of you, Pug, getting a little bit drunk and falling over a bar stool and then dragging it with you to speak to people and getting helped up and then getting a bit more drunk and a bit more drunk and a bit more drunk, you found a half-orc leader called Bainham, who told you at first that he could not possibly let you come out of the town and wouldn't hear anything about it, but then was convinced when you started fighting him and several of his friends that he would give you a chance. And what he decided to do was take you with them one night when they went to, as they called it, protect the town. What it turned out was happening was the Scarecrows in the fields where the town people were working. Says the bird. We love the sound effects. Don't shut him up. He's cute. So.
Alright, you say so.
He's cute. What's his name? Or her name?
Pugwudgie.
Say again.
Pugwudgie, it's a girl.
Oh, Pugwudgie. Oh, that's adorable. Anyway, so accompanied by Pugwudgie, you guys made it into the fields late at night after a little bit of a rest, and you fought a colossal scarecrow. Many things were thrown at it, attacked it with fire, etc., and in the end you managed to dissolve its form, and it turned into a great wreath of shadow just hanging above you in the sky. More have appeared. As you turned and looked around, you saw several other half-orcs with rings of fire around 5 other scarecrows that are in neighbouring fields. As you look around, you see them all starting to fight, and the scarecrows starting to fight back and attack other half-orcs. And that is where we're going to pick up. And I have some accompanying music today because, well, I had nothing to do this week apparently. Here we go.
Rosie, what are we going to do about the missing people? Are they just going to be there, or is someone else going to control them? Or
for now, what we're going to say is that
they get knocked out.
Orissa, Belgarath, and Kiara were knocked unconscious, but not needing death-saving throws during that last battle. Alright, so.
Yeah, the weak ones.
The weak, squishy ones. I'm sorry, guys, we miss you. Please come back. They are unconscious. If I had to guess, I'd say it will be roughly 2 weeks that they'll be unconscious. Until our next session. Or if one of them can jump in later, but as far as I'm aware, none of them can. So, yes. So, yes, Belgarath, Orissa, and Kiara have been knocked unconscious and have been moved out of harm's way and are just behind you in the field. You've tucked them into a secure place beneath a tree where they aren't very easily seen and you're fairly certain they're not going to get attacked for now. Alright? Does that sound okay for everybody?
Nice.
Awesome.
Fabulous.
Alright, so what you have is 5 scarecrows that have come to life in 5 different fields, and they're all surrounding you in the town. Several half-orcs are attacking them with fire, but it seems as if the orcs never know which scarecrows are going to come to life. So in 2 of the fields, there are 2 scarecrows completely on their own, and they are coming towards you now. The other 3 have between 1 and 5 orcs surrounding them, fighting them at the moment. The big shadow from the scarecrow that you just attacked hangs in the sky, and then with a it floats on up and joins in with a very dark cloud that's thundering overhead. So it's now gone off and into the sky. So, what
So
would
it
you
ran
guys like
away?
to do?
But floated away.
Sure it did.
Does it look like it will attack again, or?
You can't see it anymore.
Okay.
And the
so it's
body
gone.
it was in, so like the straw and stuff that you set on fire and things, has fallen to the ground. The only thing that's left is the wooden pole that it was stuck on.
Okay. So, are we doing initiative now, or?
Well,
How far away
you
are
have to decide what you would like to do first, and then I'll let you roll initiative depending.
I think I would first like to investigate the pole.
Okay. Roll investigation. What are you looking for? Or are you just looking at it in general?
Yeah, anything unusual? Any inscriptions or magic done to it?
Yeah.
This is shit roll, so... yeah, that's a 3.
Okay. The pole seems like a perfectly normal wooden pole. A bit scruffy here and there from where it's had the scarecrow tied to it, but it's one long wooden pole, and it's got some string around the top where the scarecrow was tied to it, and another crossbar made of wood, but that has caught on fire and has fallen to the ground with the remnants of the scarecrow.
Oh, I had an idea. Can I put a torch on top of it and use this instead of my staff to fight the other scarecrows?
Sure you can.
So I just want to tie a torch on the top of it so it will do fire damage, because otherwise I can't do fire damage.
Yeah.
And then I'll leave my normal quarterstaff there, but basically I will use this instead of my quarterstaff. Is that doable?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool.
Can I pick up another one of those torches?
Yeah, of course you can. There's about 4 or 5, I think. You threw one in the scarecrow, I think. So, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna do that. And then wait for them to come closer.
Alright, are you just going to wait there? Or, I mean, they're coming towards you. They're coming through their fields, and there's no one else around them, so...
Well, we got fire we got fire close by, so... There's how many more torches, you said?
About 4. If you take one, there'll be 3 on the ground.
Okay, so,
Is it still a circle of fire that we are in?
You're not in it. You were sort of half in and half out of it. It's been moved about now. Some of the torches have been sort of knocked over while you were moving around. But you can replace them. You can make another circle if you want.
Okay, let's make it... How about we make a small circle and stand in it with our backs towards each other so we can, like, fight against multiple enemies, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Ruth can't hear us.
Oh no, I'm saying I can't hear Varric.
Oh.
He's asking if we can hear him.
Oh no. Okay.
Hang on. I'm going to mute him and then unmute him again and see if that happens. There we go. Alright. Try again, Varric. Check if you've got push to talk on or anything like that.
can you hear us? Is that important?
Okay, so he can hear us. Okay, so we just have to watch the chat and
maybe just like
and say what he
wanna
does. Yeah.
Yeah. Try Varric.
At least it's not rookie noises this time.
Yeah. Varric, try connecting and reconnecting and try a few bits, but for now, we'll keep going and because you can hear us, so keep talking and stuff. But yeah, okay, so you guys gonna make a circle and wait for them to come to you. They are heading directly towards you, and Varric, you can have a torch, yes.
Are they close enough that if we like threw fire at them, it would hit them?
They will be in a minute, yes.
Okay.
And
wait, is there anything flammable around us that we could use to make like a wall of fire?
well, the field you're in at the moment is a field of corn, so
Set it on fire! we set the field on fire?
You're going to set the entire field on fire.
For us.
Oh, come on, it will be fun.
Also, just so you're aware, you now have 3 scarecrows coming towards you because one of the half orcs has died because there was only one of them fighting one of the scarecrows. It reared back and it devoured him and it ripped his limbs off and ate him and has now left a blooded pile and is now moving. It's behind the other 2, but it's now moving towards you as well.
Alright. For funsies, I'm gonna take a look at the remains of the scarecrow real fast, use investigation, see what I can see.
Alright, go for
Maybe
it.
I'll roll better than Kess. I got a 7.
Well, you're looking at the scarecrow as opposed to the pole, so
Yeah.
there's a difference. The scarecrow, the remains, because it was set on fire, it's charred and you can stamp on it and stop it burning, it's still sort of on fire. But it's got ragged sort of bits of clothing that was on it. It's got straw that was stuffed down it. There's some sack that was around its head and things. Just little snippets of all of that. Bits of, almost like a melted snowman would leave a couple of bits behind, but not a lot.
Right. So there's sap. That's interesting.
Yeah, well, bits of sack because it's all burned.
Oh, sack. Okay, I thought you said tree sap. Okay.
No, it's not an alien scarecrow. Sorry.
Oh, yes. Rosa, did you see the message I sent you?
Not yet. I'm uploading a picture for you, but I'll read it now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
Okay, there's a picture of the scarecrow up now that you can have a look at. There you go.
That is slightly terrifying.
And there is 3 of them fuckers. 2 of them are quite close to you, and 1 of them is further away. And I'm going to say that now they are close enough that you can start to hit them, so you can roll initiative if you like.
Not yet, Greg. Alright, initiative.
Okay, I want to try to set the field on fire.
Alright.
Do I roll anything or just set it on fire?
Just roll me a d20 to see if you do it or not.
Oh shit, it's a 4 again.
Alright. Have you got one of the torches?
Yeah, so I have the torch on top of the pole.
Yeah.
That's the...
Okay,
Yeah.
so not being used to handling this weapon yet, you swing it down towards the field, and you catch a few of the grains of corn, the ears of corn, and they sort of start to smoke and singe, but the way you swept it towards them was you had a gust of wind with you, so it almost blows itself out. You were too fast, so you can try again if you like. And
well,
everyone,
I guess in the next turn, probably.
Yeah. And everybody type your initiative for me.
What the hell? What is my dice doing? And that's the +2 on it.
Oh, Cass, I'm so sad.
Not my day.
I have a feeling we're about to be thrown out of this town.
Hang on, I've just got to roll for... You've got Bainem and some of the orcs behind you have now run to go and help the others, so you've got Bainem and 2 half-orcs with you.
Oh, they're leaving us.
Well, some of them are. You're supposed to be proving yourselves, aren't you?
Oh wait, they're running away. Away.
Yeah.
They're going to help some of the other orcs, half-orcs, with their scarecrows.
Okay.
Well, we don't need them. We can take those scarecrows by ourselves.
Okay, you do that.
Alright. So... Ooh, throwing my dice everywhere. Alright, so in initiative order we have Varric goes first, then Enna goes second, and then Bainem is going third, and then Pug is going fourth. Orc number 1, half orc number 1 is going 5th. Kaz is going 6th, and half orc number 2 is going 7th. So Kaz, I won't count that as your in-round action. I'll just say that you tried this just before they reached you, alright?
Yeah.
And you've got time to do another action anyway. Okay, so Varric, you have 2 Scarecrows really close to you, 1 further away. What do you want to do? Okay, so you have done damage to Scarecrow 1 minus 1, 2. Alright, and up next is Enna.
I am going to produce flame and throw it in one of the Scarecrow's face.
Alright, roll attack.
Okay. Damn it! I got 3.
Aww. Alright, are you throwing it with your torch or is it like a firebolt?
It's a fireball.
Okay. You begin to throw, but then thinking of the picture earlier, this Scarecrow is rearing really close to you and he's got long fingers and a big creepy fucking mouth and the flame sort of sputters in your hand and you sort of go, and like sparks fly at it, but that's it. Like his collar's a bit singed, but that's it for now.
Crap.
It's alright. It's alright. It's all good. It's all good. Alright, it's Banem's go, so he's going to attack. And he's going to... he is going to throw fire at it as well. And he hits. And he does... Oh, shit. Alright, he didn't do a great deal of damage, but he's going to do it to that one as well. So, alright.
It's the sock.
Half orc.
Yeah, you're only half useless then, are you?
Alright, so next up, Pug, it's your go.
Alright, I'm going to... how close is it?
You've got 2 that are within... I'm going to say one of them's within punching distance, and the other one is near to Enna. And then you've got one that's coming up behind.
Okay. I'm going to... Oh shit, that's a lot of Scarecrows. I'm going to stab it with my my flaming torch guy.
Alright, which one are you aiming for? The one closest to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, roll your attack.
Okay, so that is with my punching. I'm using strength, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, am I proficient with this flaming pole? I guess it's an improvised weapon.
Improvised weapon, I'd say no, unless you have anything on
Well,
your...
I'm proficient with improvised weapons.
Oh, okay, in which case, yes. That was what I was going to say, unless you have an improvised. No, Varric, we still can't hear you.
14.
Yeah, that just hits.
Nice. What kind of damage does this... I guess it's improvised weapon.
Yeah?
So it is 7 flaming damage.
7? Alright. Okay, so that one is now starting to catch on fire. And the other one is not looking great either. And next up is Half Orc. He's going to go for the same one you're going for, Varric. The same one... No, the same one Pug's going for, actually, because he's close to you. And he misses. He takes a swing with an axe that he has managed to set on fire with a flammable liquid. And just misses. So next is Cass. It's your go.
Yay! Okay, so is it possible to try to use Pug as a meat shield and attack with this weird weapon from behind?
Sure, why not?
Okay, cool.
You're cool with that, right, Pug?
You can't touch me. You can stay behind me, but you can't touch me.
I wasn't trying to. I mean, meat shield just takes off the damage for me.
I guess.
Okay, so I just sneak behind him and then try to stab this thing.
Alright.
With the torch. Well,
With the big
the
pokey
torch is
flingy
on top
thing.
of the- yeah. So this is. So I guess I won't have my proficiency because this is a scarecrow pole with a torch on top. So
unless you're like Pug and you have like a proficiency with improvised weapons, then no.
I'm not. But
Aw, then no.
at least I'm attacking from the shadows, sort of. Oh damn it went off. Okay. Oh, nice. So I got 17.
17, yeah, that hits.
Yay!
Woohoo.
So what sort of damage do I do with this thing?
That's an interesting one, actually. Improvised weaponry. I'm going to say roll 2d6s. Fuck it, why not?
2d6s. Yay! That sounds like nice. Okay, I better roll this now. So that's 6. 6 points of damage.
6 in total, yeah?
Oh, do I deduct from it my strength? Or...
No, don't deduct anything. You're improvising and you rolled well enough with your attack. So I'm going to say, yeah, so that was 6 in total, and you're aiming for the one that Pug attacked too, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's the closest for that.
Yeah, he'd be the closest to you, especially if you're using Pug as a meat shield.
Yeah, so...
Alright, awesome. Okay, he's now...
fire damage.
The two of them are on fire, but they're not completely engulfed in fire. It's like a piece of them is on fire. This one, I would say it's like his arm. You've caught him in the arm. So one of his arms is slowly burning. And the other one, the first one, he's got maybe both of his legs are slowly catching on fire up to the knees.
Oh, okay.
And they're both sort of looking uncomfortable and writhing around as they're walking towards you on the floor and getting a bit slower as well. Alright, so next after Cares we have orc number 2. And he misses magnificently. He gets distracted. You hear a cry from one of the other half-orcs in the field over, and it's one of his friends, and he sort of calls over, Steve! And is taking a swing, but misses because he gets distracted by Steve in the other field. So he misses the Scarecrow. So now we're back to the top of the round, so it's Varric again.
You guys.
So it's Varric's go again, if he can hear us. If not, then I'll say he holds his action, and we will jump to... Yeah, he's pausing. Alright, so Varric's holding his action, and we're jumping back to Enna again. Hello.
He's here.
Oh, you're here. Varric, would you like to take your go?
Poor Varric just went abuse. What's wrong with you, Varric? I'm just so terrified.
Hang on, I'm just gonna...
Just been muted.
Alright. Varric, do you want to take your go? Alright, swing with a torch, roll an attack. I'm gonna say add... I'm typing too much. Add strength to that.
Oh, in my case, deducts.
Oh yeah, because your strength is low. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's why I was asking if I deducted from the damage.
Alright, he got 17 total, so that's a hit. So, raw damage. Torch, I'm going to say, is 2d6s again.
Torches are nice.
Well, because they're very good against these, and they're an improvised weapon that's good, I'm going to do that. Oh, 3. That's not terrible. You know, it's still damage. It's all good. All right. The fire on that first.
It could be two. So.
The fire on the first one that Varric was hitting is now spreading from the knees up, and it's engulfing both of its legs. And it's like slowly losing straw and like wobbling as it's walking towards you. And they all start making some really horrible noises.
Oh.
Was that it?
Spooky.
Alright, so next up we have... Oh, it's Enna's go, sorry.
Apparently didn't.
So, there's one. Is there one still close to me? Yeah, and he's on fire.
There's the one that Varric's been hitting, and it's on fire half of its body. And there's the one that Pug's been hitting, and that's on fire on one of its arms, and it's close to him.
Okay, so I'm gonna run up to the one that's closest to me, and I'm gonna stab him in the neck, like really fast, like stab, 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 stab.
Yeah.
Right in the neck.
Cool. Alright, roll an attack for that. And add any modifiers that go with it that should be next to it.
Would I add strength?
Yeah, because you're... Yeah, fuck it. Add strength.
Okay, I got 13.
Yeah? I'm gonna say that's just enough. Go for it. Roll your damage.
Damage, I got 7.
7? Oh, that's not too bad. Alright, cool. You stab it in the neck, and it feels really, really weird. Like, it feels not solid. It feels... You go through the straw, and then you get to this... It's almost like a mush you feel beneath your blade, and you go through it, and you can feel it's causing the creature pain, but you don't feel like you're stabbing skin, you don't feel like you're stabbing meat, it's just this strange sort of like very thick jam. And as you pull your blade out to stab it again, as you pull your blade out to stab it again, this like black sludge is like clinging to the blade, but it's like smoke, and the blade is still clean, and you stab back in a few more times, and every time you pull back out this like black smoke, and as you pull it out for the last time, this black smoke cloud is like slowly trailing from the wound.
It could be black pumpkin juice.
Black juice, yeah, sure.
No, black pumpkin juice.
Sure. Alright. So, up next we have Bainem, who is going to go for that same one. And he's going to miss as well. He takes a run forward and a swing, but the Scarecrow, the one he's aiming at, is the one which his legs is on fire. And as he takes a swing at it, the legs actually disintegrate and it falls down and is crawling on its hands towards you now. But his swing goes completely over its head as it drops, as its legs have burnt off. So he misses that one. And after him, we have Pug. Oh, Puglius.
Nice. Okay. So we have the one of them with the legs down, and then one is still up with his arm burning, right?
Yep, and there's one that's now getting close enough to hit that's come up from behind as well. And also, just while we're at that, 1 minute, one of the other Scarecrows has been killed as well, so there's only one left that's not in the field that you guys are in.
Good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is try to attack the one behind me. And Kaz is still behind me, right?
Yeah, I can step out of your way. I'm not too stupid.
Alright, so we don't want them to be flanking us, so let me stab at that one, the one behind me. I got 15.
Yeah, you've hit.
Awesome, and then I'm going, oh, shoot. I'll drop my dice. Sweet, 9 flank.
9? Sweet. And
Yes.
was that the one with this, that wasn't the one with his legs down, that was the other one, yeah?
That was the one behind us. There were 2 in front of us, and 1 behind us.
And one coming from us, you've hit the brand new one, okay.
Yes.
Alright, cool.
Set that one on fire, too.
Okay, you've set that one on fire, and you've done a fair bit of damage, but it's still coming for you. You've hit it, like, to the side of the face, and the sack mask is slowly singeing away, and you can see, like, black shadow underneath it's, like, swirling about, but it's still coming at you. All right, and after you, we've got half orc number 1. Actually, no. Tell you what, half orc number 1. He's run off to help Steve because he failed on that one, so he's no longer in the race. He's gone off to go and help his friend who's fighting the final Scarecrow on the other field. So we're now. Yay!
Yay! Hello,
Fuck
Barrett.
yes! Finally!
Barrack!
That was one hell of a fight with Discord.
See, this is his way of making us all really, really appreciate him very much. All you have to do is not be able to talk to him for ages, and suddenly he's our favourite.
I'm sorry, guys.
We love you! Yay! All right, so it's now 6. Cass, it's your go.
Oh, it's my go already. Okay. Can I first try to speak to them? Like, see if they respond?
Of course you can.
Wait a second. Wait a second. I missed a bit. Is she now trying to talk to the Scarecrow?
Oh yes.
I'm just trying to talk to the Scarecrows. After we have been beating them up for quite a while.
You guys can commence eye rolling now.
On the other hand, the orcs also started complying with us after we beat them for quite some time. They have decency as well.
Creatures of darkness, what do you want?
What?
Any response?
Are you just saying that, or are you speaking
Yeah.
in any? All right.
Yeah, I'll actually ask these.
Which
Yeah.
language are you
What
trying
language
to
are you
talk?
speaking in?
Heck with it. I'm trying Draconic.
You're trying Draconic. All right.
Yeah, why not?
They keep coming. They don't really seem to be responding to you.
Okay, that explains everything. I will try to stab them with this torch thing.
Ah, so you're not going to try any other languages then? You're just going to fucking hit them. I see. I see. This is how you're treating my NPC. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
I will try to set.
Grab
the
your
field on
torch
fire
and
around them.
pitchforks.
Torch the farmlands!
Torch it. Okay, I will try to torch the farmlands.
Because
Are you,
obviously the townies, because obviously the townies will love us if we torch their food supply.
They love you already,
It
man.
was a serious fight. We couldn't help it. 15.
Is that to set the field on fire?
Yeah, trying to set the field on fire around us.
Okay, the field is now catching fire. And it's spreading rapidly.
Uh-oh. Guys, fuck.
Are we in the field or
You are down a path that goes up through the middle of the field to get to the back. So you've now got like the field around the field all down towards the town in front of you is now on fire. The Scarecrow,
just one side of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
but you have to pass through the middle of it to get back to the town.
Slight issue.
Okay.
Who's gonna haul Rissa, Belgarath, and Kiara with them? Because they're under a tree.
You do have 2 half-orcs with you, and they are just behind you. But they're on the other side. There's the side where the Scarecrow came from, which is from the field just up and to the right. You've hidden them to a tree that's just up and to the left, and you've now set fire to the things that are down and completely in front of you towards the town. But there is a path through the middle, but it's fairly narrow and windy, so you know.
Okay, let's push the Scarecrows into the fire.
Wait. Does that count as? Does it? Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have any delays or any issues with walking through too difficult fields, so fire would work as well, right? Like the pathway in the middle.
You might get set on fire, but
I'd say that's difficult terrain. I'd say that's you'll take damage from walking through it.
Oh, true. Fuck. Fuck.
okay. The fire won't spread instantly. Let's try to get rid of this first.
Yeah. Let's push the demon ghost things into fire.
Yeah, let's burn them.
Alright, the fire's raging. I hope you can all appreciate this.
Okay, I did in character shout, push them into the fire.
All right.
Just so we establish that wasn't a joke.
Everybody,
So how far?
you can push the 2 scarecrows in front of you into the fire. The one behind you would have to drag. So, who wants to go for the 2 in front of you? Roll strength.
I'll roll strength to try and push.
Are we still in the initiative order?
No,
Oh, are we?
no. You can all go now because, apart from the second half-orc, you're already at the end of the initiative roll. So I'll let you all combine your actions together if you want to shove them.
Okay, I don't want to shove the one behind us. I want to lure it into the fire.
I may
Alright.
have rolled a 1.
Because I can't grab, I can't drag anyone, can't push anything. These don't have the strength.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Because Varric rolled a 1, while everyone else is managing... Well, Enna's managing to push one of the scarecrows by herself. Fucking fine. Kess, as you're trying to think, Kess, of how to lure the scarecrow forwards, and yep, Pug, you've got the other one between the 2 of you. They're going.
Nice.
I'm going to make you roll 1 more in a minute because you're having to push them quite hard. But Kess, you notice that Varric has sort of tried to push one of the scarecrows and tripped. And you notice the scarecrow behind you is now going for Varric. So you can now roll a strength to push that one into the fire behind him. Varric, can you
Instead of
please...
strength, can I try to trip him into the fire?
You can roll Dex instead because it's closer to your character. Yeah, it will involve like you twisting him or pushing him instead of like actual just shoving him. But Varric, can you please roll me a acrobatics or athletics because you have to dodge what she's doing to the scarecrow. And my god, roll high because she just rolled a 5.
Can I get lucky in like this specific time?
You didn't use one last session, did you?
Yes. No, I didn't.
You didn't. Yeah, you can get lucky, yeah.
Good, because I rolled another 1.
Oh my god.
17.
Okay.
Man, we're so good at D&D, guys.
Alright.
My dice today just...
Alright. Pug and Enna, can you roll me 1 final strength check? Cass, with your lovely 5, you pushed this scarecrow and like pulled on its arm to change its direction. But you almost fell into the fire. Yeah, you pulled its arm and the arm came out of the socket, leaving black smoke behind it, and you almost fall into the fire, except that Varric manages to swing his leg up and give a Legolas-style kick, and the scarecrow tumbles into the fire in front of you, and he catches you with his other foot.
Oh, I did that.
Alright, Pug rolled a 21, so he has pushed his scarecrow back and managed to give one last shove, and it's now in the field and on fire. And they both make less... And there's 2 scarecrows in the field now, both letting out noises. And you can see black smoke starting to come out of where their clothes are disintegrating. Enna, you managed to push your scarecrow quite far towards the flaming field, but as you were shoving it to push it over to fall into the fire, it grabbed onto your arm and you got pulled with it. So you're now lying on top of some burning, flaming corn. However, the scarecrow has let go of you and is also disintegrating with a great... And you can all see the black smoke starting to rise up from where the bodies are burning. But Enna is also about to catch on fire.
I'd like to get up and run away, please.
Alright, roll me...
Can we help? Can we pull her from the fire?
Yeah.
If you guys...
From the fire, please.
Yeah, you guys roll a strength to help her get out, and Enna roll a strength as well to like push yourself out.
Do I have...
You don't have to. 2 people. Alright. Pug.
Taking some damage.
Pug, you ran over to help her, tripped, and you sprained your pinky finger.
I do what now?
You sprained your pinky finger because you tripped and fell over, and your eagerness to help.
Yes, come on, Cass.
Varric and Kess, bless you, finally rolling something good. Enna, you are struggling to get yourself out. You're just inhaling a lot of smoke, and you're getting a bit. Every time you manage to push yourself towards the top, you're getting a bit overcome with smoke again. But Varric and Kess manage to catch you and drag you out and pat you off. So you've now, even with a -1, it's great. Well done, Kess. You managed to pat her down. You're no longer on fire. You've inhaled a bit of smoke, but you're fine. You're now all sitting to the edge, and Pug, you're nursing your pinky finger on your right hand.
Okay.
So, this is the efficient way of doing these things.
Pug, that means that your next punch roll will be with disadvantage, but just the first one.
Shit. Alright. Great.
Punch a tree to get rid of it.
So, any more scarecrows to burn?
There is... You've done those 3. There's one that's in a field across from you, but it's now got about 5 orcs around it, half orcs around it, and they're dealing with it. It's now on fire. It looks like it's good.
Are all fields on fire?
Just your field is on fire, but they've got like torches, so they've been setting that one on fire. But as you look, you notice that these 3 and the one that they've managed to set completely on fire, the black scarecrow-shaped smoke clouds rise up from them, and they all swoop up to join in the sky and disappear into the blackness.
So, Bainham.
Where they're going, what direction they're going or anything?
They went straight up, and they've just disappeared in with the black sky. It's all dark, it's all nighttime.
So, Bainham, are you impressed with our capabilities?
Bainham has a scowl on his face. And
Ash is good for the fertility of fields.
Next harvest will be bountiful.
And Bainham makes a
From ashes we
gesture.
shall rebuild.
Bainham makes a gesture for you to follow him, and you all, accompanied by the other half-orc, and the others follow towards you from the other field. You head back through the burning field, back towards the town.
Can I say to Bainham, should we perhaps try to, make sure the fire doesn't burn the village? It's spreading like wildfire. We should stop it before it harms too much.
You don't say.
Well, why are we walking away then?
You're not walking away, you're walking through it, like you're going down the path towards the town. So,
Okay.
how would you like to do that?
Fair question.
There's no river nearby or anything.
Yeah.
There's a little stream as you get closer to the town. Do you want to go and there's buckets from where people have been pulling water. You can go and fill some of those up if you want.
Yes.
Yeah?
I want to run towards the creek to fill buckets and pass them on.
Okay, so anyone who's getting a bucket, can you roll me a d20, just a straight d20 to see how much of the field you can put out?
Whoop, whoop, 17.
Nice.
Is Bainham getting a bucket?
Yeah, of course he is. And so are the other half-orcs as well. Alright, so Varric and Enna, you've done quite well. You have run back up to the top of the field where the fire started, and you've managed to throw towards the main source of the fire. So you guys have managed to put out a good chunk of it. Yes, Varric, your dice is behaving a lot better now. The half...
Alright, I guess I will try to help. Even though with my broken sprained pinky finger, I'll see what I can do.
Aww. The half-orcs have put out this end of the field, so you've now got a load in the middle. Aww, you're 9. Your pinky finger really hurts you as you throw your bucket, and the bucket lands in the fire, but it does put out a small circle of it. So you've just got a small stretch of it left if anyone wants to do that one.
Can I run up to the creek again? Because the bucket is empty.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, do I roll again?
Yeah.
I'm afraid I trip and die or something. I rolled yet again.
Aww.
You might need
Here, I'll roll again and see what I can
Dice
do.
pressing.
Okay.
12.
Yeah, that's Varric, you threw the water and it went up in a circle and landed on yourself, including the bucket. And Anna, finally, you managed to put out the last of the fields, and with some sputtering, the flames subside.
Yay!
Alright. The half-orcs have now gathered around you. They've gone and retrieved the buckets. Bainham is still scowling. He passes his bucket back to another half-orc with a grunt, who puts it down for him. And he motions to you all to come with him. And he starts heading through the town and back towards the tavern, the Red Holly.
Yeah, does anyone look worse for wear?
Around the town or in this group?
In our group.
The half-orcs...
I think I've gotten hit once.
The half-orcs are all okay. The rest of you seem to be alright.
Oh, that's fine then.
Does Pug show any signs with like his pinky hurting? Does he show any signs of that?
No, I can keep that hidden quite well.
Okay.
I can't show any weakness.
He's looking particularly stoic, and his moustache particularly twirly.
Exactly.
That's a mighty fine twirl in your mustache.
I think at some point we need to have a live session where we all dress as our characters and play.
Oh fuck yes.
Yes.
Oh fuck yes.
And I'll just bring
How
a
will I
whole...
do that?
I'll just bring a dressing up crate, you know. For every single NPC in the
Do I
world.
wear a mask?
Yeah. Wear a mask or do
You
face
need-
paint.
Do face paint.
Rosie,
Uh,
Rosie, you need outfits for every single one
Yeah.
of your NPCs.
And they have to be a different outfit, and there has to be a different voice and a different hairstyle for every single one. Yes. Great.
Yes.
As you guys are heading back through the town, can you roll me perception, please?
Ooh, I'm happy with my perception.
oh, nice.
That's... Is that +5 or plus?
Mine's mediocre. 10.
It's 21 actually. Not 20.
Well, I'm trying to see what I add to my perception because my... Oh fuck. My character sheet just shut down. How much perception do I have?
I can find out for you if you give me a second. We'll
How
just...
much is your wisdom?
I don't know from the top of my head.
He hasn't got his things up. That's okay. I'll find out for you. Hang on. What do you do?
Oh, it's now back up.
Is it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, it just had a bit of a struggle when I suddenly asked it to do stuff.
All right.
It's lazy.
So Cass, Pug, and
24.
all right. So Cass, Pug, and Varric. Sorry, Anna. You guys, because it's so dark. Because it's probably about 3 o'clock in the morning now, so it's still very dark. It being Travis, it'll stay quite dark for a while. Through the darkness of the night sky, you guys notice that storm that's been raging continually off in the far distance seems a tiny bit closer.
Mm.
Well, that's not good.
That's...
Oh. By the way, did we leave those guys that were with us in the field?
The half-orcs, they've all come with you. They've all come with you to the
No,
tavern.
but the people
Oh, the ones that were knocked out.
The
Oh,
Russa, Belgrade.
I'm going to say that Varric, you'd have carried Arissa. You wouldn't have left her behind.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
other two
definitely.
were carried by the half-orcs and stuff. Yeah, you're all good. Unless you want to leave him there. I mean, you can do. That's
No,
play a choice, man. Play a choice.
I'm pretty certain Varric wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, that's okay. All right, so very carefully you carry Arissa, and you guys make your way into the tavern. And when you get there, there's a lovely fire going. There's a few people still in there, and Listor, the barkeep, he sees you carrying the people who are half asleep, and in a moment of quite niceness, even though he and Belgarath didn't get along very well, he says, "Do you guys want to put them in a room upstairs?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
please.
that's like
Yeah.
a good idea.
They're sleeping.
Okay, so what we'll do, because they're unconscious but they're not teetering on death's edge, I'll just say the three of them are now in... Do you want them just in one room upstairs? You can have a room with 3 beds in it or something, and they can all...
We can put them all in a pile.
You can put them all in a
put
pile.
on one bed.
Alright.
Can
You
I sit watch with them?
you can do for a bit if you want, but it looks like they're going to be out for a while. So you can come downstairs if you like. I'd recommend it because they're not going to wake up.
True.
They're not going to wake up all session. So your keen elf eyes tell you they're going to be asleep for a while. So you.
So if you nudge them with your foot, they are not waking up.
I'm going down.
Varric, I tell you what. Varric does the ultimate test. In his food pouch from yesterday, he has some sprouts. He stuffs them all in his mouth, waits for 5 minutes, lets out the most horrible elven fart imaginable, waits for a second. None of them stir. None of them stir. None of them stir at all. So he knows, well, if that didn't wake them up, I think they're good for now. So he goes back downstairs.
Let's solve the conundrum.
Alchemical warfare, yes.
Biological warfare.
True.
Sproutical warfare. Alright. So when you get back downstairs, everyone has been sat around a table. And Bainem has gestured that you can all come and join him. Some drinks are brought. Everyone's sort of sat having a think. And they are starting to play a card game. And they offer that you can join in with them while you have a chat if you want.
Sure, why not?
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll play.
I love gambling.
I'm gonna sit nearby, but like eat.
Okay. So you're going to go down to like half a day's rations because you're so nervous, right?
Yeah, to be more precise, I eat 1 day of vegetables.
Alright.
Wait, can I ask Lister if I could use his kitchen?
He says... I mean... And the kitchen's closed right now, but they've got a cook there who can cook you stuff. Do you want something hot? He says, we got pie!
Yeah.
You want a pie?
Yeah,
I'll get you a nice big
love a
pie.
I would love a pie.
Alright, so he goes back to get you a pie. And the rest of you, if you'd like to join in
Saves
this...
me on rations as well.
If you'd like to join in this game, then it is 1 copper piece to join in per round.
Per round?
Yeah.
I'm too distracted to like play cards. I may eat.
But one round
Yeah,
is
helicopter.
1 round is 3 turns. I'll explain how it works in a minute. So anyone who's playing, just type in 1, just so I know you're in. The rest of you can still sit around the same table and you can watch.
Yeah,
And
I'll
there's
do that.
currently Bainem and there's 3 orcs. Half orcs, sorry, I keep saying that. 3 half orcs playing, and Cass, Hug, and Enna are playing, and Varric, you're just sitting and watching, yes, and waiting for your pie.
Yes.
Okay,
Specifically
so,
the last part.
alright. On the table in front of you, there is a pile of copper coins, and as everyone throws one in, you get dealt some cards. Now, the way we're going to play this for you guys is... You get 3 hands of 3 cards, and that's a round, okay? What you need is 3 even numbers, so you need to roll 3 d6s each.
What if you try to use sleight of hand to repeat?
You can use sleight of hand. I'm going to say do it with disadvantage, though, because these guys have been playing for a while. So they're looking out for that. So what you do is you roll 3 d6s, but don't total them up. Tell me type in the 3 numbers and tell me the 3 numbers. So each of you roll 3 d6s. If you want to try and sneak it, then see what you roll first, and then roll a d20 with your sleight of hand.
Okay.
All right. Pug's got a 4, a 1, and a 1. Has got a 1, a 2, and a 3. Okay, it's not necessarily bad. I'll tell you what it is in a minute.
Better.
Where's my...
Well, don't you want matching numbers?
Good damn, where's my d6s? Oh, I don't have enough d6s. Okay, a 3, a 4, and a 6. Okay, you need 3 even numbers to win the hand. And for every odd number you roll, or have in your hand, you have to take a shot from a very large tankard in the middle of the table. So,
Fabulous.
Pug, you're taking 2 shots. Kess, you're taking 2 shots. And Enna, you're taking 1 shot. Can you all please... Oh, hang on. Kess, were you doing sleight of hand?
Might as well try.
Yeah, do a d20 in your sleight of hand.
Okay. Oh, wait, with disadvantage?
Yeah, with disadvantage.
Oh, fuck. It was going to be normal, and then...
You got a 6. Alright. No.
Yeah.
If you'd got, like, a 10 or higher, I'd have let you roll 2 of the d6s again, but no. Alright, so... Cass, you need to take 2 shots. Pug, you need to take 2 shots. And Enna, you need to take 1. To take a shot, you have to, and 2 of the orcs are taking shots as well of this now. You have to
What
roll...
is this wild thing?
You need to roll a d20 and add your Constitution modifier.
What is this wild thing?
One of the half-orcs looks and says, "Oh, it won't kill you or nothing, it's just really strong. It's fun though, isn't it?"
It's disgusting.
Oh, you rolled a 19 though,
That's
right?
alright,
Yeah.
Alright. You're all feeling fine at the moment. A couple of the
I still
orcs...
find it disgusting.
It's disgusting, but you're feeling okay. A couple of the half-orcs are looking a bit ropey. Bainham's looking alright. Varric, you have now been brought over your pie. It's as big as your head. It's full of gravy and steak and beef and potatoes. You eat so good. And Listor, because there's not many other people in here, is going to sit down and he's going to join in a hand with you as well. So for your next hand, everyone again roll 3 d6s for me.
So, Bainham, how long have these pumpkin heads been popping up around here?
He takes a swig of his drink and he says, "You mean them scarecrows, like? Well, as far as I can tell, they've been here since the darkness started taking over these lands. But we've never had that many out at one time before. There must be some greater darkness nearby or something, making them more agile, making them move, making them come alive. Normally it's only 1, 2, or 3, but never had more than that before. Dare to say it was probably a good thing you did come out with us tonight."
Oh, indeed, and maybe we just need to know more about these things.
Alright, Pug, you need to take 1 more shot with your Constitution modifier. Cass, you need to take 2. And Enna, you won! You got a 2, a 6, and a 2.
Woohoo!
So
What,
you
do I get to take anything? I want to take all the...
you get the pile in the middle, which is 17 copper.
Yay!
Jackpot!
Nice.
There's a small pile next to it, which is like the kitty. And so 5 copper coins are automatically put into it now for your final hand of the round. So you can still win the final round. Alright? Everyone roll your Constitution modifiers and your d20s. You have to take shots, please.
Can I join in on a shot?
Do you just want to take the shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Roll a d20 and your Constitution modifier. Alright, yeah, you guys are still feeling okay. In fact, Pug, it's starting to taste quite nice to you now. It's like,
Oh yeah.
It's
Delicious.
sort of, it's like liquid tar, but it's pretty good. Yeah. It's like it's left a film around your mouth. Varric, you take a shot of this and you sit down very hard in a chair and one of the legs falls off. Like, you drink and it hits you like a massive swill of fireball tequila and you sit down and douche quite heavily in a chair and snap! One of the legs falls clean off the chair and you have to get helped up to sit in another one. And Listor is a little bit drunk himself now. He just had to take 3 shots. And he's getting a bit sloppy with it and he's sort of sat there going, leave it. Those chairs are never any good anyway. And he points at you, Pug, and he says, he'll tell you, and steel's useless, aren't they?
The chairs so useless. Fuck the chairs.
Well, squishlings in general are useless.
Okay, roll your final 3d6s, everybody. And a very fat ginger cat jumps up onto Listor's lap and he sits and strokes it while you're playing this hand. Alright, Pug, you're taking another 2 shots. Oh! Cass is taking 3 shots, Pug is taking 2, Enna's taking 1.
It's a good thing my constitution is good.
So
just see the Dragonborn tugging down all these shots and she's just like not reacting.
I think the drink is fine.
Yeah, Pug is like drunk now, but you think you're fine, but you're slurring your words. Aww. Enna, you were so excited to have won that you take the biggest shot and you chug it down, and in your excitement, you forget to swallow, and it goes down your windpipe, and you sit there for a few seconds, and it feels like you're coughing up fire.
Squishlings, you're all so weak. Just weak.
Yeah, in case you're friggin' fine. Listor is a bit drunker now. Bainham's had a couple of shots. The other orcs have taken 1 each. Half orcs have taken 1 each, sorry. And they start putting the cards back in the deck and shuffling it again. You guys can do another round if you would like. And,
why not? I'm fine.
How far am I in eating this pie?
yeah, a good halfway through, I'd say, by now. Like,
Okay, then I can shift some of my attention over-ish to the game. I'll join in.
alright,
You're still drunk, aren't you?
it's 1 copper to join in.
I'll join in.
But is it basically everyone drunk around me?
It's basically everyone gets drunk and plays cards. It's great.
No, but by this time, is everyone drunk around me?
Not everyone. Listor is the most drunk, and Pug.
And Enna and Beric?
Enna's
I think
not.
I only burnt my throat.
Enna burnt her throat and started coughing stuff up, but she's okay. Varric sat down too hard, but he's not overly drunk yet.
Okay.
I'm only tipsy.
Yeah, he's just a bit tipsy. But he's also eaten a really big pie, so his stomach's already lined with pie, so there's that. Okay,
I'm more resistant.
so chuck in a copper, anyone who's playing. Is that going to be all of you as well?
Yeah.
1, 2,
No.
3.
Yeah.
I'm playing. I'm already drunk enough. Don't need to meet anymore right now.
Alright, so the pot has gone back up to 17 copper. Alright, so everybody roll 3d6s and type the 3 numbers for me.
I still don't know how the game works, so I was a bit distracted.
That's alright, roll 3d6 and type the numbers and let it be a pleasant surprise for you.
I'll find out then.
Oh, Beric!
What? Did I already do something wrong?
No, you won. You just won that round.
I did what now? What? I won?
You win. You win.
Okay. I think I like this game.
Ah! Okay, so, Varric, yeah, you got 3 even numbers, so you get told you've won and you get presented with the pot, so you get 17 copper coins. Kess and
Awesome.
Enna, you both have to have 2 shots, so roll me a
Oh my
constitution
god, I
again.
want to try sleight of hand.
Alright, Kess, try sleight of hand. 13. Alright, I'll let you roll one of your dice again.
Yay. Oh, for fuck's sake! It rolled a 3 again.
Alright.
I re-rolled my 3 into a 3.
Alright. So, Cass and Anna. 2 shots each, so roll me a constitution roll, please. Pargy, you joining in?
No, I'm not.
Who's too drunk to join in now?
I'm just about drunk enough to enjoy watching.
Alright. So, you guys are okay. You take down these shots, and you feel okay. It tastes horrible, but you're alright. And, this is the point where Listor has started to ramble. And as you're playing your second hand, so everyone who's playing, roll 3 more d6s and type the numbers again.
My second round is much worse than my first.
I am not going to comment anymore.
Alright. Anna, 2 more shots. Varric, 1. Cass, 2. So
And a
everybody,
shot is D20
a d20 plus your constitution modifier.
Ah, crap.
Fuck, that's a natural 20.
I got a 3.
Oh, dude, Varric.
No.
Alright. Varric,
I'm running out of my luck on con saves.
summoning up all of your elvish charm and amazingness, you neck this shot and it tastes horrible, but you go, I am not breaking another chair, and sit down and you're fine. Cass and Anna, you begin to sway where you're sitting. And it's round 3, so everybody roll me another 3d6s, please.
So, Bainham, how often do these pumpkin heads pop out?
He says, it's not always every night, but sometimes. And we're always got to be on the alert. We've got to be keeping people safe. I mean, I don't even like them going near them in the day. I've never seen them move in the daylight, but just in case. Just in case. I mean, why do you think we're so heavily patrolling the perimeter and stuff? It's ridiculous. Cass, you take 2 more shots. Varric and Anna, you split the pot, so you get 3 copper coins each.
Oh, I would just try sleight of hand.
You're going to do sleight of hand again, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so, have we proved that we're good enough to go on without y'all?
Bainham says, well, you've proved something, but you've also burned down half our supplies. That field is useless to us now. You've set us back weeks, if not months of work. The people are going to be even more out of food, and we've still got to try and feed them damn scarecrows so they don't come after our fucking villagers.
Why you keep putting up the scarecrows? They keep coming alive. That seems stupid to me.
Exactly. Why don't you just burn the scarecrows while they can't move?
He says, do you think we haven't tried that?
What happened?
They keep reappearing. We didn't put them up in the first place. They was here when we got here. Like everything on this fucking place. This land is corrupt with that dark magic, that evil shit. It brings the evil out in all beasts and beings around. It must have infected them and it's keeping them coming back and back and back. I just want this corner, this one little corner of this puny bit of land to be safe. And what do we get stuck with? The likes of you. Listor...
Well, you're the one getting us stuck with you. You're the one keeping us here.
Yeah, we tried to leave. We tried to get away.
We
Yeah,
tried to leave peacefully.
by threatening to burn down all our stuff, which you, by the way, have bloody done. And
Then it's not a threatening. Then we weren't threatening, right? We did.
In fairness, we did warn you.
It's now nothing but a warning.
Listor actually joins in at this point very drunkenly. And while stroking his big fat ginger cat, he says, "So, do you guys like kill stuff, and are you guys good? Are you gonna be any good when you're out there on your own? Like, are you gonna survive? Are you gonna do stuff? Are you gonna bring change and do good and stop the bad stuff? Are ya?"
Well, I certainly know a bit about killing.
My previous home was called the Forest of the Dead. I think I'll survive.
Yeah, but like, I don't just want you to survive. I mean, like, you're very nice people, but like, could you find people and like make them safe too?
And why should we do that?
Just like, could you do it?
Theoretically, we could.
Cause like, if you was to going back out there again, and I think they should, and he turns to Bainham and he like drunkenly claps him on the shoulder and he goes, "If all you've told me about what they've done tonight is true, then I think they deserve it, you know, like, we don't need them here burning all our shit and calling our wine rubbish. They can just go out there and die, but I don't think they're gonna die. I don't think you're gonna die. I think you're gonna be great, but, like, I've got these friends, right, and I lost them in the war, but I'd really, really like to see them again. Could you just, like, I mean, I haven't got much money or nothing, but, like, I could give your elf loads of pies and that, and, like, I could give you stuff, like, but could you just, like, I'm not asking you to, like, bring them here or nothing, but if you do go out there," and he pats Bainham again, he goes, "and I really think you should let them, you know, because, like, we don't need them here and they seem to be fucking alright, but, like, could you, like, tell them where I am? Like, if I tell you who they are, if you find them, could you, like, tell them where I am so that they know? Could you?"
Pies, you said?
Say again?
Loads of pies, was it? Because...
Loads of pies. I can make you so many pies. Like, and if your elf is happy, then the rest of you is happy, right?
Well.
Right. So we get to leave, is that right? That's the story.
We'd get freedom and I'd get pies. Win-win situation, right?
Well, I mean, like, that's not really up to me, like, but I'll put in a good word with the big guy. And he pokes Bainham again. And I can send yous on your way with loads of alcohol and, like, my special homebrew wine that fucker upstairs didn't like, but it's really good. I swear it's really good. And loads of pies and stuff.
What about artifacts? Magic weapons and things like that?
I don't have any, but, like, I've heard of them. I can, like, tell you where they might be, if you like.
That's what I want. That's the stuff.
Like, if you promise to, like, tell my friends if you find them and, like, look out for them, then I'll, like, tell you anything I can remember about magic stuff.
Well, in fairness, do we even want to leave? This place turned out to be just quite interesting with all these creatures of darkness. Shouldn't we find out what they are all about?
Have you not been paying attention? They got a potty like this.
Bainham interrupts you at this point and he says, "I still haven't said none of yous can leave."
It sounds like we don't need your permission. We saved your ass from those scarecrows.
Wait a second. Can I ask something out of character real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Last time, I think it was either Anna or Kiara went to dismember one of them.
Oh, the orcs. Yeah.
Yep.
So there's one with like one arm less.
It's probably dead by now.
Is he
Uh,
alive?
I mean, 2 of them died.
I think a couple of them died, and one of them was unconscious, and one of them had like no arm left.
Yeah, well, I did dismember. Yeah, I did dismember one of
Is,
them.
is
So.
the guy who's dismembered, is he in the tavern right now?
No, he'd be upstairs
Damn it.
being like looked after.
Damn it. Okay. Well, you could just go ask the guy upstairs if we need permission to leave. I mean, his arms will tell you the answer, right? And remember, we don't threaten.
roll-
We only warn.
That's such a good line. Roll a. Do you want persuasion or do you want intimidation?
Beats me, both are -1.
Well,
I'm just gonna try this.
roll. Do it as persuasion then.
Natural 20.
Dude, your dice are just not.
My,
They're
my,
loaded.
my dice either goes 20s or 1s.
All right, hang
I
on a
like
minute.
this thing.
All right. Okay, because. Alright. I'm gonna change this. Bainham considers you. And he sort of stares off past the cards in his hand and into the fire for a few minutes. And then he turns back to you as a group and he says, "Alright. I will make you a deal. And I've never done this before. Let's face it, you guys have proven that although reckless, impulsive, a complete disregard for crops, but,
Who needs crops anyway?
well, we do actually, finally. But let's not get into that again, shall we? Right.
I don't.
Although
You could go hunting instead.
we try, there's not a lot around here, love. But all of that aside, you have proven useful. And in terms of keeping the town elders happy, you have proven you're not completely fucking useless. And you may well survive for more than 5 minutes if we let you out. That all being said, the deal I will make with you is this. You've got friends upstairs that are needing some time to sleep and some medical attention maybe. I'll deal you this. You stay here one more night. You help us deal with as many more of those fuckers as you can. And then, come the next morning, you're free to walk. In whichever direction you bloody like, I don't care.
Deal.
Does the elf speak for all of you?
There's less you now than there is us.
No, there
need
isn't.
supplies.
Bold overstatement there.
In your drunk state, you seem to have forgotten that we are, well, just half orcs. We're over 20 strong still. But I can
Yeah,
understand
but
your
some of
drunken
you died
brain.
And we're all alive.
But some of us are sleeping as well.
Well, some
Yeah,
of you
but
have been knocked
sleeping
unconscious.
Sleeping is less permanent than death.
What I'm saying is, it's gonna be harder for us now that there's less of you. Less distractions for the Scarecrows. We need supplies to make sure that we don't die too, just like your lazy asses.
You want supplies, you want more torches and food, is that what you're saying?
Potions and healing.
Do we look like we've got fucking
Torches.
potions? Do we look like we've got magical items and artifacts and fucking this and that and the other? We are struggling on fucking farmland right now.
I look at Pug like he has 2 heads, asking orcs that.
In that case, do you know anything? Like, useful information about the lands we might encounter? You've been here longer than us.
Well, we have well travelled around this land. Before it fell, of course. If you're looking for anything special, you should head to the capital. But it's fucking destroyed now. It'll be you and the rest of the fucking vultures picking through the wreckage trying to find things.
Are there any records kept in this town?
Records of what?
Of the town? Of the pumpkin heads?
Of where the magic items are kept.
We don't write shit down. We ain't got no records except what we've been telling each other. And it would do well for you to not go shouting about this in front of the townsfolk during the daytime. We've kept it from them because it keeps them safe in their brains and safe in their minds because we don't want to spread panic. They think we're a dictatorship, that's fine by us. As long as they don't go near them things, it's fucking fine. And as for the magic artifacts, I've got no bloody idea. No use for them myself. I like to have weapons, I like to have fire, and that's it. Lister then joins in and goes, I got an idea where you can get magic stuff from if that's what you're wanting.
Where's that?
Over, right, there's like some great stuff, but you gotta travel for it, like, really far to the other side of the map. But they're always chatting about all the cool stuff they got up in, like, Port Ard, because they deal with, like, the dwarves and the gnomes and stuff. And like, Philly as well. They always talk about stuff, yeah. And you promise you'll tell my friends though, won't you?
I promise.
Yeah,
If I get
Of course you
the
will
prize.
tell your friends.
Do you remember their names? Did I tell you? I don't think I told you. Did I tell you their names?
Yes, of course they told us.
Roll deception.
Would that be with advantage because he's fucking drunk off his...
Yeah, sure. I can't believe you're not gonna help him. Oh.
I was perfectly willing to help him. He offered me pies.
Well, to be fair, you can
If I
always
come across them, I'll help them, but, you know.
you can always ask for the names, Varric. That's fine. You're the only one who cares. You're the only one who cares. Does nobody care about my NPCs? No. Okay.
I couldn't resist. It was too much fun.
He looks at you, Kirst, and he goes, yeah, of course I did, didn't I? How could you forget him? Like, and he looks at you, Varric, and he goes, did I tell you what they're called?
Can you repeat them one more time for me?
Yeah, they're my bestest friends, and I left them. Well, I didn't leave them. Like, we got exploded in the capital, and then we were running, and then there was all the black, and then I was here, and well, anyway.
Exploded in the capital.
Yeah, the whole lot went up. It was big fight. All the pits in the ground started exploding, and then there was big shadows and black and blah and explosions, and I lost them. There's Kratos. He's a good one. He was always really good at fixing things, like... I'm just typing this for you as well. I'm typing this for you as well.
Awesome. I missed the slight bit.
That's okay. There's Kratos. He was a really good bloke, really good at fixing things, like... And Rhino... He was a bit of a pompous prick sometimes, but he was our mate, you know, and he was really, like, really good at bossing everyone about, and he was just, like, in charge, and he tried to help us. He was trying to get us out of the city when the war started, but we was all too late because we wouldn't listen to him. And then this is the one that you might find easiest to spot. His name's Shan, and he's a cat folk. So he's got like a furry face and whiskers and that. And he's a real nice bloke, and he wanted so much to be a wizard when he was a little cat, but when he grew up he realised cats like him didn't have much magic, and he had to settle for being like an actor instead. But he was a top bloke. And I've written all those out for you as well. So you've got Kratos, who fixed things, who was a human, Rhinor, a male human who was bossy, and Xian, a male catfolk.
Who was an actor, right?
Yes, he was an actor.
Awesome.
Sean the actor.
Oh, oops. Just making sure my notes make sense.
Do they ever? They're D&D notes, come on.
Nah. I do have "We don't threaten, we warn" in all caps above the rest of my notes.
That's like the second thing I ever wrote from this section on my notes page.
That was a good quote.
And I'm sure there will be many, many, many more. Alright. So, yeah, you've got a final hand to go, guys, if you want to roll that. Anyone who is in, you can roll 3d6s. Just, you can carry on chatting as well, but they've dealt you out the cards now.
I'll try. I'll give my last try to this.
Alright. Well, the orcs have all failed and taken a shot each, so... Oh, Varric! You take 3 shots. Roll me a d20 in your constitution modifier. God damn.
Wait, do I roll 3?
No, just
d20s?
Just roll 1 d20 with your constitution modifier.
You're gonna have fun with this then.
Okay, Enna, you only roll 1. You only take 1 shot, so roll me with your constitution modifier as well. And Cass, you're taking 2 shots, so again, d20 and your con modifier.
I keep rolling so crap.
Oh, wow.
I either roll really, really good or really fucking bad.
Oh, wow, Cass is just taking it. She's just shotting them back, and it's great.
She's tanking those.
Varric,
I'm really failing all of my d6 rolls, and then my constitution saves are alright.
Yeah, they're saving you,
she's
so
just
you're
not
okay.
getting drunk. She's drinking loads. She's drinking the whole bar, and she's not getting drunk.
She's doing fine, it's amazing. Varric and Enna, you take your shots, and you both accidentally stumble a little bit, and you both go to sit back down on the chair that Varric broke earlier. You sit down together on it, and you both fall over each other. So an elf and... Hang on, the elf goes first, is what I meant. The elf goes first and lands on the floor, all splayed out. The pie that you've got left over, like the quarter of the pie, starts to roll away from you on the floor.
No.
And just as you look up in alarm and try to scramble after it, you have another elf fall on top of you. And drunkenly, you both have to try and get up out of your pile whilst watching your quarter of a pie roll away across the floor.
I'm crawling after the pie.
Okay. Enna,
Enna is on top of you.
I roll off.
Enna, you roll off the back of Varric as he starts crawling away after his pie.
Or you could roll together towards the pie.
Yeah, and roll a 1 and land in it face first.
Can I shove them with my foot?
Of course you can.
Oh, that's so mean.
Wait, dex saving
Do
throw?
that.
Dude, you just fell over. You're drunk.
Rosie,
Yeah, they're drunk. I'm not drunk.
Rosie, so I get no saving throw in dexterity?
You don't need it for the pie.
Yeah.
And you're getting kicked because you're drunk. You're not going to notice that.
Damn
You're both... Your flaw that you are so food obsessed means that you're not noticing her coming to kick you. And
Yeah,
Enna,
that
you rolled a
makes
3,
sense.
so you're too drunk to notice.
Do I have to roll anything?
No, you've just kicked him. You're fine. You're not.
Okay.
You guys
So
aren't.
we
You're not going
didn't
to take
even-
any damage, but you just feel a swift kick to the butt.
But we didn't even notice it was her then.
Nope.
I'll just go, oi! Who did that? And then I'll just scramble onwards to the pie again.
I was going to say you can do it through a mouthful of pie if you like. That'd be entertaining. All right. So no one won that round. So the money's still on the table, and it's now pressing on for very early morning. And you guys have been up most of the night. So did you want to sleep for a bit and then wake up?
We took a long rest right before we left, right?
Oh, you did, yeah. It's now been about 5 hours. So did you guys want to stay awake, or did you want to do something, then catch a nap before you get up to do the evening again?
I think I'm fine with a short rest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I'd really needed for was to get lucky, but oh well.
That'll be right. You'll be fine. Okay.
Do we have to take a long rest to level up?
To level up?
Oh yeah, do we get any experience from like killing all of those fucking?
Yeah,
I've
there
written
were a
down
lot
your
of Scarecrows,
experience.
Man, that's gotta be at least one.
And we
Yeah,
didn't
you
get.
write them all down. So
I've
quickly.
written down your experience, and you will get it at the end.
Aw.
Aww.
Remember, we didn't get experience last session because we were still fighting the Scarecrows, though.
Yeah, don't worry, I've still got that on my notes.
Yay.
Okay, so do you guys want to take your like a couple of hours and just have a nap and something, and then you'll wake up and it'll be like
Wait, are we not finishing this game?
you've done? Well, you can take another round if you want, but you've had 3 rounds now.
No, we just did 1 round.
No, you did the last one. The last one you just rolled was the final round. You'd done 2 before that,
Ah.
so it was the last one of
okay.
last one of the 3.
Oh. Okay, sorry.
That's all right.
Oh. So no one wins.
No, the pot keeps going. I mean, you can play another round if you want, because the other
I
half
mean-
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. All right.
I'm out of this. I'm not playing again. I'm too drunk.
No,
All right.
Going to bed.
Okay.
I'm just about drunk enough to do it again.
Okay. So, Pug and Enna, are you going to bed?
Yeah.
This keeps happening.
All right. Cass and Varric, you've put in a copper as well. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Wait, so aren't we trying to get the pile?
You're trying to get the pile, but it's 3
So
rounds.
far-
You buy
We
3
have
rounds
started-
ago.
Wait, I will try my sleight of hand because I'm frustrated.
All right. Sure.
Can I try that as well?
Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, that's not working. Cass is not good at these card games. Not her type of game.
All right, Kaz, you need to take another shot. So both of you need to take another shot. So
Wait, my 18 for sleight of
oh,
hand.
18
does
sleight
that
of
not-
hand. Okay, I will let you re-roll one of. Actually, no, I'll let you re-roll 2 of them.
But he has
Oh,
two.
no. You've got 2
He doesn't want
evens.
to reroll 2.
You've got 2 evens, so just re-roll the 5 and see what you get.
Can he reroll one of mine?
Nope.
I rolled a 4.
Oh!
So that sleight of hand was really lucky then.
All right, Cass, you need to roll another Constitution save roll, and Varric, you have won 10 copper coins.
Yay!
I'll go and take a short rest. I've had enough.
Yeah, I'm a go meditate by the fire.
Okay. Everybody, I'm going to fast forward now, and I will say that it's now about 9 o'clock in the morning, and you've all sort of come to. You've gone and checked on Orissa, Kiara, and Belgarath, and they are still out of it. You leave some food in the room, but it looks like they're going to be out for a while. They're fine, they're stable, they're fine, they're not bleeding or anything, they're just unconscious, and they'll wake up when they wake up.
Can I leave some herbs in like a small pouch for Orissa?
Yeah, of course you can.
Just because that's something Varric would do.
That's sweet. I'll let you put it. You can tie it up and put it in her pocket if you want, so that if she rolls
Yeah.
over, she won't lose it or something.
I'll do that.
Okay, cool. Oh, Alright, so you've all woken up. Do you want to come down and sort of have some breakfast in the tavern downstairs?
Well, breakfast, of course.
Yes, please.
So you're all woken up by an excited banging on the doors of Varric the elf. He has just been to see the three of them. He's put some herbs in the pocket of Orissa as a little present with a nice little bow in silver tied around it. And he excitedly bangs on all of your doors and says, "Breakfast time! It's breakfast time! It's breakfast time! Everybody come downstairs, it's breakfast time!"
Can't squishlings be a little bit quiet?
Cass does not do mornings.
That was the bartender doing that? Jeez.
No, that was me.
No, that was
Varric.
You're welcome. You're fucking welcome, mate.
Look here, Squishling. If you can't be more quiet, I'll make you more quiet. Do you want that too?
And I'll just turn to the food.
Alright. The tavern is fairly full now. It's got a few people from the town who are in having some breakfast before they go out to work. It's got a few of the half-orcs in the corner dealing out some rations, and you notice they're a bit smaller than they were yesterday. Perhaps it's partially because some of their supplies were burned, and perhaps it's because some of their supplies were stolen right out of the house next door. Varric.
What?
Don't you act all coy and innocent with us. So yeah, you guys all sit and you order some foods and you get brought some, well, Varric, you get brought a massive breakfast pie with bacon and potatoes and sausage in it, and the rest of you get brought some potatoes and sausages and vegetables and things like that.
Wait, is Lister the one bringing me the pie?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him a gold.
Oh, okay. He says, "Oh, thanks very much. Sorry about last night. I was drunk, alright." And he
No
sort of,
worries, we had a jolly evening with all of us.
"Oh, that's alright then." And he wanders back to the bar and he sort of leans on the bar and he's like nursing a headache, like, drinking a glass of water.
All of the squishlings are so weak.
One day your constitution will fail you. One day.
Says it with -1 strength.
Look, he was the one pulling Anna out of that thing, but everyone else failed.
Who was the
I
one
didn't fail.
using who as a meat shield?
That's about being.
That strategy is that?
Yes,
That's what that is?
exactly. Yeah. That's
right.
about being clever. That's about being clever, says the person whose character's intelligence is 9 as well. but we got rid of the Scarecrows once she sets the fields on fire. I mean, it works with that intelligence.
Yeah,
So I guess we're playing
I mean, we only burnt like 5 or 6 months of food for them.
Yeah, who cares? You guys want to leave, don't you? Anyway, so.
I have more than enough, so I don't mind their food getting.
And we're getting fed this morning, so it's fine.
Alright, so you guys eat your breakfast. You see people you recognise from the town. Some of them sort of eye you, particularly you, Cass. They look at you a bit sort of strangely, like, and sit around and they eat. And then they all slowly, one by one, head off into the fields to go and start their working day.
Bye, have fun!
Bainem walks past you and he sort of leans down over your table and he says, "Right, you've got the day. Do something useful with it. I want to see you back here at sundown, ready to go. And then after that, you can be ready to go. Alright?"
Loud and clear.
"And don't think of pulling any funny business. We've still got everyone patrolling the perimeters. I will let you leave after tonight. Got it?"
Loud and clear.
Uh-huh.
Maybe.
The enthusiasm, I love it. He eyes you all very suspiciously, and then he like strides out with a couple of half-orcs to go and do his perimetering and checks for the day. So you've got a few hours. In Travis, it starts to get dark around sort of 4 o'clock. So you'll have a few hours before then. So what do you fancy doing just for the day then?
I need more arrows. Can I try to find materials to craft arrows for myself?
You'd have to make them yourself, yeah, but you can have a look around and try and find things.
Well, I've been crafting them in the forest as well, so
yeah,
I think
you'd be
I
fine.
should be able to.
Yeah, that should be alright. I'd say you can look for sort of sharp pebbles that you can whittle down and some thick, long enough sticks and stuff and some feathers from the birds and things. So, yeah, roll a investigation and you can have that for the day just while you're looking around and stuff.
Investigation, you said, right?
Yeah. Because you're looking for something specific.
That's only +1, damn it. 15.
Yeah, that's okay. You managed to find enough to make 5 decent arrows. You've got enough supplies to start making more, but you haven't got enough to quite finish them off. But you get 5 reasonably good arrows.
Oh. Okay, awesome.
Cool. And that's sort of over the course of from now and then a couple of hours. So what does everyone else fancy doing just for a few hours during the daytime?
Well, I want to investigate the Scarecrows and talk to the villagers about the Scarecrows.
Alright. What does anyone else fancy doing?
I mean, I want to find out what the hell they are. I'm interested.
Yeah?
Yeah. Can I talk to the bartender, see if he'll tell me where he knows these magical artifacts are?
Yeah, sure. I'll let you do that first. Cass, are you going to talk to any of the townspeople who are left in the tavern, or are you going to go out to the fields?
I'm going out to the fields.
Alright, is anyone going with her?
Well, I'm busy making arrows, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm fine to go on my own. I'm a grown dragonborn.
Cass, what color are you?
Black.
Black. Oh, okay.
Why?
That
What's
acid
the
breath, nice.
Sorry?
Yeah, acid breath?
You haven't seen what's his breath she has yet.
You don't know yet.
Okay.
Enna, what are you doing, lovely?
I think I'm just gonna hang around the tavern, chill.
Alright, you can either sit near Varric while he's making his arrows, or you can hop up to the bar and listen while Pug is attempting to chat to Listor.
I'll hop up at the bar.
Alright, awesome. Okay, cool. So, Pug, you get the attention of Listor. What do you want to chat about?
Hey, Listor, what, last night you were telling me, huh?
Alright.
Last night you were telling us about some magical artifacts that hidden around here somewhere. It would help us protect the town if you told me where they were.
I didn't tell you about magic artifacts like round here. I didn't mean like in Savis or now. I mean like, the whole country.
There aren't any in like neighboring towns or anything. Nothing within walking distance for the day, since we still can't leave.
Well, like, if you can't leave, then you can't really go anywhere, can you?
Right.
I mean...
That's clever as well.
For future reference, if say Baynor dies or something, because, orcs die every day.
Go on.
That's not intimidating, that's just...
That's just a statement of fact. Alright, go on with your statement
They
of
have
fact.
violent lives.
So if he dies and we just happen to be freaks, no one else is in charge of the power vacuum, figure that out. We'll be gone and we'll be looking for those artifacts, and then we'll come back and protect the town. Where might they be? Can you mark it on a map for me?
Well, first off, if you're coming back to protect the town, how are you going to meet my friends and tell them where I am, you donut?
We'll find them on the travels. Are we going out to look for them, or are we going out to protect the town?
Well, you can't really do both, seeing as you can't protect the town when you're not here.
We'll protect the town with the artifacts.
Alright. Well, I don't really believe you, like, but seeing as we already made a deal, I'll tell yous. The only thing that I remember knowing about, that I've heard about, that I've definitely heard is still somewhere, is called the Amulet of Mockery.
That sounds
If it
really
suits
cool.
Pug well.
Yeah, I thought that might interest you. I thought it might suit you, like.
Is he mocking?
Yeah, you've been super helpful. Thanks, mister. Thanks.
Fucking wrecked.
I mean, don't you want to know where it is? He says, don't you want to know where it is? Or where I've heard it's been?
Or is it real?
Of course it's fucking real! I wouldn't tell you about something made up at the top of your head, would I?
Sure, yeah, where's that? Let me get right on looking for it.
Well, you said you just wanted some magical artifacts. Well, this is the magicalest thing I've ever heard of.
Okay, let me insight him real fast.
Alright.
Do an insight check. This guy's fucking lying. Oh my god. 10. Not good, that's for sure. Insight. 12 insight.
Seems to be telling the truth, dude.
Yeah, great.
The magical is
Alright, yeah, where's that?
Well, it was last seen in the capital, Rog. Of course, it's all been blown up, but something that magical, I don't think it would get hurt by the explosion, would it?
Alright, thanks for the info, the stellar info you've given my thanks.
It gives off this aura, and anyone who gets near it feels instantly like they're being looked down on. And you get this feeling wash over you, like there's someone sneering and laughing at you from the distance. And if you just put it on, then you get really powerful, and you can use your words to knock someone down.
Oh my god. Great. That sounds like the most useful thing a pugilist could ever want in their life.
But it would save your fist though, wouldn't it? Imagine you could walk up to someone and they're expecting you to punch them, and then you just go, "You're a vicious trollop," and they fall over in shock.
I mean,
Right.
you want your dainty fist to be kept clean, don't you?
We can't have me dainty face getting blistered. Can't wait.
Well, that's up to you, but this is all I know, and you said that you'd help me, and you would tell my friends if you saw him. So you tell him that, and if you find yourself near the capital, then you look out for that. Look out for that feeling like someone's laughing at you, and someone's looking down on you and sneering And then if you find it and wear it, you'll be really powerful.
Oh, okay.
Can I just sneer at him and look down on him?
Yeah, just like she's looking at you now, that's how it'll feel.
Wow, it must be a close boy.
Do I roll intimidation?
To Pug?
Why not? I'm imitating the sneering artifact.
Sure you can.
Oh my god. It's so much about something. Wait. That's my
And that was aimed at Pug and the barkeeper. Alright, Pug, you feel this tremendous feeling wash over you of someone mocking you and laughing at
And
you.
sneering at you.
And you suddenly,
You could probably verbally mock them.
suddenly all the hairs on the back of your neck starts to stand up and you look round and there's this, like, dragonborn staring at you.
I really feel it. I'll keep a lookout for that feeling.
Yeah, just like that, only stronger, like.
Oh, I see.
It's up to you if you believe it's like, but I've told you all I can, and you promised you'd look out for my friends and you'd tell them where I am.
Yeah, I'll keep my promise. Yeah.
I believe you.
Good. Because I wasn't lying.
Sure you weren't. Sure you bloody weren't. Alright. Did anyone else want to do anything in the tavern before Kez heads out to the field?
I'm good.
Varric says, definitely wasn't lying.
Sorry.
That's alright. Okay, so... Is anyone else doing
I think-
anything, or shall we follow Kez to the Scarecrow? Well, the remains of the Scarecrow.
Yeah, let's. Are my
Yeah,
arrows? Are my arrows finished to point that?
You can make a couple, and then you can find enough to make more as you're walking along, if you like. So then you can go back to the tavern to finish them off. So you can go with her
So-
if you like.
So I have those 5, and I can follow up.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll do that.
Yeah. Alright, cool. Is anyone else going with them then?
Wait, they're
I'm gonna
both
stay in
going
the
into the Scarecrows,
thing.
yeah?
Yeah. Well, Varric's gonna wander off looking for stuff, so you can hang about. I think it's Pug. Are you staying in the tavern?
Yeah, I'm staying in the tavern.
Alright, cool. You're staying in the tavern with your horrific horribleness being rude to the local barkeeper. And, okay, Varric, you head towards the field, but you stop after a while to pick up some stones and bits and pieces that you can use to make more arrows. And, Kess, you find your way back up to the spot where the first Scarecrow that you destroyed was. And you see the pole is still there, and the bits of, like, straw and things are still there. And, yeah, that's about it.
Okay, so, I mean, probably I need to do it myself because I'm shit at investigating, but I will try.
Yeah, roll an investigation.
Yeah.
Are you looking?
Okay.
Are you looking for anything in particular, or are you just sort of just looking?
Well, first of all, looking for traces of magic, but it doesn't matter what I'm looking for because, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have
Yeah. Well, my arcana is equally bad as my investigation. I probably should just talk to people.
All right.
Cast my class. I see you.
Why?
I'm curious.
Yeah, Warlock.
Warlock, okay.
Yeah. It's not particularly helpful right now. But
All right. Yeah, your investigation. You don't turn up very much. You find old bits of straw, bits of sack, bits of the wood and things. You can see through the field that there's the buckets that you threw at the field. You can see little bits of ash and dirt and things, but you can't find anything unusual or dark or anything that really catches your eye.
okay. Can I talk to the locals there? The ones toiling the fields?
Yeah, sure. You notice that there's several half-orcs patrolling around the top ends of the field where the Scarecrows were, and a lot of them have been tidied up, so it's not very obvious that they've caught on fire. But there's a few human townsfolk up towards you who are sort of raking, and they're raking further along in the bit where a lot of it was burnt down, and they're readying the earth to start again, and they're close enough to you that you think you could get away with talking to them without getting in trouble from the half-orcs. So yeah.
Yeah. So I sort of want to talk to them without being seen by the half orcs. Do I have to sneak around? Or...
You don't have to sneak particularly. No, just you're aware that you shouldn't potentially keep them too long, or they'll get in trouble, or you might. But go for it. Keep them as long as you want. Go crazy.
Hello there, townsfolk.
All right. Oh, hello. And a sort of 28-year-old man who was raking up some corn heard you say hello, turned and sort of started speaking, and then noticed what you were, and sort of took a step back and put his rake in front of him. He's not holding it out at you. He's just put the rake in the ground in front of him. And hello.
Relax. I'm one of your what do you call these half-orcs? One of your protectors? Yeah, I just joined them. I'm new in the crew, but very efficient. Just have a couple of questions about the place, if you could help me.
Sure. Sure. What can we do for you?
So, what exactly you are growing here?
Well, right now not a lot, because as you can probably tell, it got a bit destroyed somehow last night.
Terrible accident.
Yeah, well, we think it might be some of the lightning or something. Got involved somehow.
Of course, nature's breath.
Yeah, we're thinking, that something like that. We're not entirely sure, but anyway, so, yeah, at the moment we're not really growing very much. We're just sort of trying to sort this out. But it was corn. We used it to make what we could, some bread, some pastry, and things like that. We haven't got a great variety here, really. There's some potatoes, and he points off, and there's a couple of fields further ahead. There's potatoes over in that one, and carrots and sprouts and some other things in the ground in that one, and there's apples right over there in that one past, and lots of lettuces and veggie things. Like, we've got some tomatoes just beyond that. So it's not much, but there's, it's okay.
I see. Very good, very good. So, do you have a problem with the birds picking off your produce here?
The birds?
Yes, I've seen a couple of scarecrows. Why are you making them exactly?
Oh, well, we didn't, well, come to think of it, we didn't actually make any of those. We see none of us are actually from here. None of us are actually from Savis. We all sort of found our way here while that war was happening. I mean, 5 years is a long time, and most of the rest of the country got fairly destroyed, and, I mean, I was just up trading. I actually come from Borsin originally, and I come up trading some of my goods and stuff, and I was quite good at farming back then, and I was teaching people bits and pieces and whatnot, and met up with some gnomes from Emily. They're proper good at farming up there too, and they were teaching people and that, and I found myself just outside the capital when it all started to go a bit haywire like, and we all sort of ran, and we all got split up and went separate ways, and everyone was falling over everybody, and I went as far as I could for as long as I could, and I found myself here, and feel like it's the last untouched place, really. So, got my rake out and my shovel, and then more people arrived, and more people, and slowly, it's built up over time. There wasn't many people here when I arrived, and none of them were really sure what they were doing when they were surviving on scraps and that, but, we've built it up. I'm fairly proud of what we've managed to achieve over the last couple of years, It's been alright.
I was just wondering, is there anyone in town who people don't like, who is unusual?
I sort of feel like that's a bit of a trick question, really. I mean, Oh, that wind's picking up a bit, isn't it? I mean, no one's overly fond, obviously, of the half-orcs as people, but... I mean, I say people. I mean, they are people. I mean, I don't want to be racist. They are people. But, like, sometimes they can be a bit brash and a bit harsh sometimes, but at the same time, we need them. We're not strong enough to, you know...
Do you know why you need them?
Well, because there's loads of shit outside. I mean, have you been through Travis? I mean, no offence, you look like you sort of might have been. It's not the kind of place you really want to be much for very long. And I saw what I was running from. Not a lot of it, mind, but what I did see shook me to the bone, it did, and I don't want any of that coming in here. And just having someone patrolling around who might be able to protect us for 5 minutes, that's good enough for me.
Yes, but has anything ever actually attacked it here?
Well, when I first got here, we were raided by bandits quite a lot. And, then the half-orcs came and they were looking one day for food. And they were threatening us and stuff. And we gave them some of our food, and then that night the bandits came, and the bandits tried to steal a load of the food, and the half-orcs fought them off. And they've been doing it ever since, really.
Bandits. How did these bandits look like?
Well, there was a mix of them, really. And some of them had that dark magic that's been going around. They could cast fire with their eyes and disappear at a moment's notice, and it was all a bit frightening, really. And they killed a lot of people. Good, hard-working people, but the half-orcs managed to, you know, catch them and stuff. Most of them. I'm sure there's more out there, though. There was loads.
Did these bandits get killed?
Some of them did.
And some of them didn't.
Yeah, they're the ones that's still out there lurking in the forest, in the woods. In the wood pass, you know, it's all around.
And he gestures, and just beyond the fields and round most of the town, except for the empty port harbour, it is the wood pass, and it almost wraps completely around in a large semicircle.
Thank you very much for the information.
That's all right. Hope you're enjoying your stay here. I mean, they've told you can take any of the houses you want as long as it's empty.
Sorry, I think I got cut off.
Oh, that's okay.
What something said?
He said, have they told you that you can take any of the houses you want in town as long as they're empty?
Oh. Yeah, that's fine. I think the inn is nicer anyway. But thank you very much.
You're at the inn. Yeah. That's a good place to be. They don't normally let anyone stay in there. That's where all them half-orcs stay. You're lucky to get in there with them. I'd keep it that way if I were you.
Thank you for the advice. And good luck with your work here.
Oh, thanks. Got another 3/4 of the field to go, and once we've got all this burnt stuff away, we can start to replant. God, that lightning must have been terrible last night. I slept right through it, I did.
It was a horrible storm.
Was it? God.
Yes, it was.
God, terrible. Well.
Luckily it's over now.
Yeah. Lucky no one was out here, really. I mean,
Yes.
have a good day anyway. Yeah.
You too. Okay, so I'm thinking of going back to the inn and asking if anyone wants to investigate the wood pass.
Alright. The tavern has a few people in it. Some of the half-orcs are still there. Varric and Pug and Enna, you found your way back there. Varric, you've now made all your arrows.
Yes.
So, any of you lot squishlings feeling brave enough to go on a little trip to a certain place near town?
Are we allowed to go out?
It's not outside, of course. It's all within the perimeter. Well, if you're scared, then of course you can stay here.
Yeah, let's go punch something. I'm bored.
Yeah.
Yeah, calm me in.
Actually, Kez
Yeah.
and Varric, can you roll me a perception just as you're walking back to the tavern?
Perception?
Yeah, just as you're walking back to the tavern.
Wow, my brain is forgetting how to maths. I rolled a 16. Adding 5 shouldn't be that difficult.
Yeah, but it's adding an odd to an even number, and it's all just a bit confusing, isn't it? You know?
And it's more than one number in, like, before the plus and one
Yeah.
behind, and it's confusing.
Okay, so guys, you're back in the tavern. As you're walking back, you noticed that it was a lot darker, even though it's only just after lunchtime. And even though Travis starts to get dark around 4 or 5 o'clock quite quickly, the dark storm clouds that were dark last night and seemed a bit closer, the storm itself, seems even closer still now. And it's got a lot darker as you're heading in towards the tavern. Looks like if you were thinking about it, you'd have thought it was probably going to rain or something.
Okay, I have torches ready.
Did you see that? Just like pointing in the general direction.
So
Yes,
what?
I'm sure it will be fine.
That storm is closing in fast.
That was just right.
Okay, so how about we do it fast, and then we'll be back before it hits.
Deal.
Alright. Can't have scales getting wet over here.
Sorry.
I said we can't have your scales getting wet.
I think my scales are fine.
Yeah, you're afraid of the storm then.
I don't mind. If you want to stay out in the storm and be cold, suit yourself. Oh, let's do. Yeah.
As you guys are talking, the ground under your feet, around the tavern, everywhere, starts to rumble and shiver and shake. And as you step outside the front door, intending to head towards the wood pass, you notice just how dark it is. And the red claps of thunder and lightning that were off in the distance are now crashing overhead, very close by, and lighting up the entire town. And there's rumbles of thunder, and the clouds are darker than you've ever seen storm clouds before. It could almost be night time, even though it's the middle of the afternoon.
I'd light a torch and continue on. We better move quickly.
It's unsettling that the clouds.
Are
Yeah.
you scared?
I ain't scared of nothing. I'm unsettled.
Okay, then punch the crowd and we will be fine.
Yeah, that's a good one, I'll tell you.
Let's go and investigate with Pess.
Yes.
There is a slight
Yeah.
drizzle falling now as well. And it's very thick, heavy rain. And it doesn't so much make you wet as make you feel heavy and slow. And as you start to walk through the town, the lightning gets louder and faster and closer. And people are in the fields and in the town staring up in horror and shock. And they've stopped working and they've put down their stuff in the field. And even the half-orcs patrolling around, most of them are looking up as well. And then, in the distance, far away across Travis, you see a huge black shape lit up by lightning across the way. A colossal figure, dark, a walking shadow almost walking across the land through the sky, far apart in the distance. Lightning strikes again, and a building beside you is struck. And I need you all to roll either acrobatics or athletics to avoid the falling rubble from the chimney.
Not 20.
Hey.
15. Oh wait, it's plus something, of course. I forgot to add anything.
Alright, Pug.
I got 15.
Pug,
20
you
total.
were looking up and you saw the lightning as it hit, and you instinctively jumped out the way as if you were in a boxing match. Cass and Enna.
I'm weak.
Cass and Enna. You just managed to jump out the way as a piece of the ceiling falls towards you. Varric, you also managed to jump aside. Kess, you are hit by a pile of falling roof tiles and some rubble. You take one point of damage, and you manage to pick yourself up out of the rubble and shake yourself off.
Stupidly built, squishing houses.
Alright. You hear voices from the townsfolk. People have started to run out of the fields. They're staring up at the sky and at that walking shadow far across Travis. And you hear people screaming and starting to shout, "The darkness! It's here! The shadows will destroy us all!" And they start running and bolting themselves inside their houses.
Are all you creatures this over dramatic? That thing is miles and miles away.
The town of Savis is now dark, lit only by the torches carried by some people. And loads of people are now coming out of the fields. Some people running towards friends and family. And you also notice every single scarecrow has come to life in the darkness.
Oh, great.
There is 6. No, there isn't. There is 15 of them. And they are all stalking through the fields towards the town. As you watch in horror, 2 of them reach out and grab running townsfolk. They rip their limbs off, tear them apart, and devour them, throwing the carcasses aside, and continue on towards you. The sky above you begins to swirl black like a whirlpool of darkened clouds high above you. Bainem comes streaking up the street with several half-orcs, and he's shouting at people to get inside now. He points at you lot and he says, "You're up early, guys. Come on, fight!"
Okay.
15 you said, right?
15. Some of them are in very far away fields and they don't move incredibly quickly. They're all coming towards you, but in the first round initially, there will be 4 close enough to be near you all.
Okay, so it's just waves of enemies then.
Yeah.
And this shadow monster, is it actually like in the sky? Is it really far away?
It's really far away across Travis, but it's colossal. You can't see it. It's a shape. It's like a shadow illuminated against the sky, but it reaches the ground. If it was solid, you would say it was like a massive giant walking along, but it's not that solid. It's like a walking shadow. It's like it's part of the ground and the sky, and it all merges as one.
Okay.
Okay, simple plan. Lure them into a building, set building on fire, shut them in. Job done.
How do we lure them into the building?
Well, we use ourselves as the lure.
How do we make sure not to burn the entire fucking town down?
Well,
Yeah,
we just
bear in
light
mind there are a
one
lot
building
of
on
people.
fire.
Yeah, but with the distance between these buildings, fire spreads.
We pick an isolated one.
Are there any isolated buildings like on the edge of town or something?
Roll perception to see.
24 total.
Oh, I got 4.
Okay.
I only got 20 points more.
There's one old farmhouse towards the edge. It's down the same street that the tavern is on, but it is connected to 2 other houses. And you saw at least 2 people go into one of them. But that one's your best bet.
Yeah, let's go for it. We can make the people run outside.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Alright. So who's gonna be the bait? Who's gonna bait these scarecrows?
I might as well run for it then. And yeah, you guys make sure to shut the place once I'm out and once the scarecrows are in.
Alright, so how many are you going to go for? There is 4 scarecrows who are close enough to you, but it'll take you a while if you want to get all of them at once, but there's 4 that are getting closer at the moment.
Well, we might as well lure all of these 4 in one go.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be big, so we don't want to pick them off one by one with a house, because we don't have enough houses for that.
Right, we gotta get all 4 of them in one house. So,
Yeah. So we may need 4 lures, and there's 4 of us, so why not do that?
okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to, are we doing initiative now?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's not good. 4.
Okay.
Yeah. Great initiatives.
Okay, so Pug is 4. Varric, you are 21. Cass, you
5.
are 5. And Enna, you are 13. For some reason, Enna, I read that as 31 and I was going, bloody hell.
Very good initiative.
I know, right? I was going, that's almost impossible initiative. Okay, and
This is very
Bainham,
skilled.
Bainham has a 3. And the other orcs have run off further towards the fields. I'm going to send the other orcs off. They're going to go further towards. There's 2 scarecrows they're going to head for, which are the next close ones. So that can leave you guys to focus on the first 4. Is that a good idea?
Yeah.
All right, doing 2. All right, so you've got the first 4. So you've got your initiative order, which is Varric, and then Enna, and then Cass, and then Pug, and then Bainham. So, what do you want to do first, and then I'll sort initiative?
I think I'll run towards one of them, trying to
Look
catch
tasty.
its attention.
Okay.
Waving my arms and trying to get attention of one of them, bring them closer.
Yeah.
Wave a torch.
No, that would scare him away.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't really like fire.
I mean, no. By all means, try. Go. Do things, players. Go on.
But they like to eat.
I'll just go, hey, I have food. I am food.
I am all food.
I mean, I've been the one stuffing my face with as much food as possible for these things.
Yeah, you're just a walking. You're like 80% food right now. Okay, so Varric is running towards one of them and catching its attention and drawing it in. What are the rest of you doing?
I want to try to shove one of these down.
You're gonna shove it like on the floor.
Yeah, like not knock it prone.
All right, Pug. Roll to punch the Scarecrow.
Well, it's a strength versus thing.
Uh-huh.
Are you grappling or are you just punching
Are you
it?
just
No,
shoving it?
It's a move. It's in the player's hand. It's a
Yeah.
move.
You try to trip it, or...
Yeah, like barrel into it, shove it, like knock it prone.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
cool. You roll then. Oh,
So strength versus strength.
yeah.
Fuck! I got a natural 1.
Oh, I was thinking he was fucked. He got a 5, but yeah, no. Okay, so you go to like take a swipe and you miss the Scarecrow entirely because it like moves around you, and as it's moving around you, it also trips you up with its foot, and you slide in the mud.
Okay.
And
blurring.
your pinky finger still hurts, so next time you have to roll with disadvantage as well.
Shit. Damn.
The fall in the mud
Alright.
just made it hurt even more.
Damn. They're supposed to make it feel better. Shit.
Punching makes me feel good.
Oh, smash.
I like punch the ground as I slide down.
Nope.
In anger.
Okay, so Varric, you have got. Well, we didn't really do initiative order for this, but it doesn't really matter because you're just starting. So Kez and Enna, what are you guys doing?
I'm going to use a cantrip, a thorn whip.
Nice.
I'm going to try and like whip it and like drag it in.
Yeah. All right. Roll. I'll roll. Hang on. All right. Yeah, you've got it. So roll damage on that, and you'll drag it closer to you as well. And you've now got it wrapped.
Okay. Oh, 7.
-7. Okay. Cool. Alright, so Cass, what are you doing?
I'm calling out to the darkness. Here, kitty, 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 and using chill touch to drag it along.
Alright, hang on.
Sounds familiar, Zach.
Alright, yep, you've got it. So roll some damage on that.
Oh yeah, chill touch was... Oh, that's just 1d8. That's 6 points of necrotic damage.
6?
But
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm just using the hand to just nudge it forward as well.
Yeah? Okay, cool.
Ghostly skeletal hand.
So, how many was that? Did you say 6?
6 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, awesome. Alright, so...
And I'm calling out to it as well.
Yeah,
I'm calling the darkness to come over.
As
Come
in-
here, little darkness.
As in the Scarecrow darkness, or the massive hulking scary darkness way off in the distance?
Oh, not the one way off in the distance. I'm not that stupid.
Just going here, massive thing of that. Here.
I mean, that's a bit too far to be called out to.
It has
Okay.
really good hearing.
Yeah, but I mean, we know that the Scarecrows are darkness creatures as well. I'm just asking the darkness to come a bit closer.
Alright.
That's right. Asking politely.
Alright,
Yeah.
Bainham is gonna...
Politely and nicely, and helping them shoving with the touch of the grave.
Alright, Bainham made a swipe at the third one with his torch, but it swiped his hand away and he is now running at it again. So we're back up and it's Varric, it's your go again.
So I have its attention, right?
Yep, you've got its attention.
I'm walk backwards and just pull out something, some food or something, and just wave that for it, just going, "Don't
Okay.
you want food?"
Alright. It's following you, going...
Basically a velociraptor. Yeah, little raptor.
Alrighty. And up next is Enna.
So do we have any of them in the house yet?
No.
No, we just started luring them in.
I will say
Faced.
you've all if you want
It's a process,
you can
guys. Jeez.
if you want you can all have fire torches because there are some dotted about the town now.
Do I still have my corn around your wall, or is that kind of like disappeared now? So I could keep pulling them, pulling them closer and closer with the corn whip.
Yeah, sure. Roll some damage on that as well.
Okay. Oh my god, it's 6. Yeah, shit ones.
Yeah, it's still damage.
6.
Alright. Alright. You one's taking some damage from the thorn whips and it's still coming towards you. You're getting closer and closer to the house. By your next round, you'll be at the house door so you can get it in there. And Pug, what are you up to?
Alright, I'm gonna get back up, first of all.
Well done.
Second of all, I'm gonna try to do this amount of movement. I guess I'm gonna try to do the same thing. Shove him down to the ground.
Alright.
He's not learning.
13.
How many?
13.
Ooh. I got an 11, dude. So, alright. Yep. You managed to shove it. It takes a while, like sort of a... But you managed to shove it over. Roll your damage for that.
It's not damage, it just gets knocked prone.
Oh, you just want to just knock it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I want the idea is knock it and then grab its legs like a dragon into the house.
Yeah. Alright, cool. That's cool. You can do that. So, yeah, you now have its legs and you can start dragging it. And
Okay.
in the next round, it will be at the house.
Awesome.
Because they're all fairly close to you. Okay, and Cass, what are you doing?
I'm still luring mine into
Yeah.
the house.
Alright.
I can use chill touch again to nudge it
Yeah.
if it's not going too quickly enough.
Yeah.
So that's 5 more points of necrotic damage.
Yeah.
By the way, is necrotic damage working for it, or does it seem unaffected by necrotic damage?
It doesn't seem to be taking as much damage as you would want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's not like healing from it.
It's not healing from it. It's
Okay.
it's taking the damage.
Okay.
Alright. Kess, your one is now at the door to the house. Just so you're aware. And Bainham is going to go for the last one. And he takes a swing. And he does damage to the last one. Alright, so the last one's now got its attention set on Bainham. Alright, so back up to the top. Varric, your one is now by the door to the house as well.
Yes?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Well, I was wondering, can I use Mask of the Wild to attempt to hide? Because that's supposed to work. That's supposed to work when I'm obscured, lightly obscured by heavy rain.
Yeah? Are you
And
hiding?
that would help me get out of the way.
Oh, yeah, okay, so you're going to hide once you've got it to the house, but how are you going to keep it in there?
Well,
Well, we want to open the door, maybe. It's not in the house yet, is
No.
it?
No.
And the door is shut.
They're by the door.
Right.
Yeah, it's shut but unlocked.
Okay. Okay.
okay, so I'll throw it open and then use Mask of the Wild to hide and get out of the way while it goes for me.
Okay. Make,
Is that possible?
can you just roll me 1d20 to see if it gets distracted by the smell of your food?
Just a plain D20?
Uh-huh.
16.
Alright, yeah, cool. As it goes to
Awesome.
lunge at you, you dive out the way and seem to disappear into the rain, and it
Awesome.
tumbles into the house.
Okay, I'll just stay like slightly to the side, but like alert to keep the thing in there.
Okay, cool. And it is now Enna, your go.
Okay, I'm going to use my scimitar and like swing at one of their legs so that they like fall over and can't run anymore.
All right, cool.
Oh, so you try to trip it.
Yeah. 18.
Ooh.
Boom.
Nice.
Boom. I'm not going to roll against that. You trip it, and you can now pull it twice as fast. So you're now inside the house with it. Are you gonna? What are you gonna do?
Wait, is anyone else in the house with me?
No, the other scarecrow's in
Not
there,
yet.
but it's tumbled to the back of the house and it hasn't picked itself up yet.
I'm going to like conjure up a flame ball. I'm just trying to like, keep it in place so it doesn't move until everyone else gets there.
All right, cool. You can actually keep both of them in place as well because they're both towards the back of the house. You have your back towards the door, but they're inside and there's no way out for them. So yeah, they're sort of backing away from the fireball. Yeah.
Stand there and like guard it with fire.
Awesome. Okay, cool. And Cass, it's your go. And then Pug, it'll be you.
Yeah, so I want to take my my scarecrow into the house as well.
Yep.
So do I have to lure it, or can I use chill touch to nudge it inside?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, so I will use chill touch again. It's just 3 points of damage to just nudge it in.
Ooh,
and
nice.
I'm just calling out to Anna, incoming!
Alright, cool. Your one's now at half damage, actually. Half points, rather, sorry. And, yeah, it stumbles into the house. And so, Enna, be aware, you've now got one behind you. Cass, you're by the door. Pug, what are you up to?
I am going to attempt to, I'm going to continue dragging him towards the door. Is he going to be close enough during my turn for me to throw him in?
If you roll me a strength, then yeah, I'll see if you can throw him in from there.
Alright, I'm going to try to throw him through the door. Okay, so 13. Well, hold up. Would that not be a athletics?
Can be if you want. Yeah, why not?
Okay, so
I tell you what, yeah.
15.
If athletics is what you're naturally best at, that's what you'd go for anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's athletics. 15.
All right, you've just about got it. You
Awesome.
hurl it, and it lands. So it's half through the door, and its legs are still sticking out. So
Oh, can I
Cass,
kick it?
Cass, yeah, you can kick it. But Enna, you're inside. You've now got two behind you. So all four of them are now inside the house.
Okay. Okay, so I can probably use a torch to just shove them at the ones that are behind Anna and call out to her to set the house on fire.
Yeah.
And come back out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
So
Enna,
I'm
you
just-
can hear
I'm
that.
distracting
Yeah.
the ones behind her. So yeah.
Okay, so I'll run outside, like shove the door closed behind me, and throw a fireball.
Yeah. All right. 18. All right.
Oh wait, will I roll again? That was my last one.
Oh, sorry, I just looked up and saw it. Yeah, sure. If you're casting a spell though, then just roll your damage because this one has worked. So.
Nine.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, so you have started to set. Is it like are you gonna aim for them or the house around them?
Kind of like at their feet, so like the house goes up as well, but that's kind of like the center of
Okay,
it.
cool. Well, these are fairly old houses that are falling apart, and it would have wood on the floor, like wooden floors and stuff, and beams and that. And are you sort of walking backwards out of the house and aiming the fire at their feet to walk them, so they're heading backwards further into the house, yeah? And then you're going to get towards the door. All right, and as you shut the door behind you, it is slowly going up in flames, and you start to hear the familiar... And all of them are now going up, and that house is cool. The house hasn't completely gone up in smoke yet, but it's getting there, and you can already hear the Scarecrows starting to vanish and disappear. And after a little while, you see one of the jets of black smoke head on up and join into like the swirling dark whirlpool overhead, and another crack of lightning hits.
Well, nice work, guys, but I wonder if we were just eating the big guy lurking in the distance.
Probably.
Okay, so the orcs who've run ahead are dealing with 2 other Scarecrows nearby. They're setting them on fire where they stand. You've now got another 4 heading towards you guys. They're further away now. If you wanted to get to them, you'd have to go across a field. Or you can wait there and look for another house to set them on fire to.
Can we still, like, open up the door to this house and throw them in? Or is there no way for us to get into this house?
You can still open the door, yeah, you can still open the door and throw them in, because the fire is towards the back of the house, and it hasn't all gone up yet. I'd say you've only got another few rounds to do it before the whole house goes up, and you're in danger of the street catching fire. But other than that...
Okay, so how about we try to lure them with rations?
Awesome, okay.
They like food, right?
Hang on one
I
sec.
don't have anything.
The other...
I have some rations on me, so I'll try them with rations.
Just so you know, the 2 Scarecrows are now dead as well. The jets of black, misty smoke has gone up and joined in the swirling whirlpool ahead. So the half-orcs have now gone across the field. They see that you're looking at those 4. They've headed past them towards the last 5 in the distance. So you guys can focus on this 4, alright?
Okay.
Okay, so are you heading towards them with rations and then going to lure them back in towards this same house?
Yeah, let's try that.
Alright, I will keep you in the same initiative order because it works, why not? So, you've got 1, 2, 3, and 4, and Varric, you're going first.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna do the same thing I did earlier, just wave around food and hope that one of them sees me.
Alright, one of them definitely spots you. Roll a d20. Just a straight d20 at this point. Oh, hang on. Have you still got your Mask of the Wild on?
Oh, shit, yes.
Yeah, okay. Roll me a d20 with disadvantage then.
Okay, so that's 1.
I'm just going to set the target higher.
This disadvantage actually gave me a 17.
It's okay, I've set
because
it...
I rolled a 17 and an 18.
What a time to be good. Okay, I've set it a bit higher for you because of Mask of the Wild, because you're actively trying to like outdo your own Mask of the Wild thing. But essentially what you do is you dart around so much that although the Scarecrow can't quite see what it is darting around, it sees rain and it smells food. And did you say you're waving food as well?
Yes.
Okay, it doesn't quite know where it is coming from, but it sees food and it thinks hunger and food, and it can smell and see humans, and it sees food, so it is heading towards you.
Yay.
Alright. Okay, so Varric is now leading one of them. Next up is Enna.
So, do I have to, like, would I be close enough to be able to run around them to the other side?
Yeah, sure.
And cast a spell to, like, push them forward? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to cast a Thunder Wave spell and push them forward towards the house.
Alright, cool, yeah.
Okay. 12.
Yeah, cool. Is that your damage for the spell?
No, that's just when I roll d20. Well, I roll damage. I'll roll damage.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Oh,
roll
no.
damage.
I think for the spell you don't need to roll.
Yeah, we're not
Oh,
roll.
okay.
You don't need to worry about attacks for spells at the moment. I'll roll if they have resistance to it, but so far these guys don't.
8
Oh
damage.
god, Zach.
Eight.
I know, I love him.
That's fucking amazing.
What?
Zach posted a meme about the Dogs of War on Facebook. And it's fucking amazing.
Oh, let's see this. I haven't
Good to
seen
see
it.
everyone's paying attention, guys. That being said, I am now looking, so.
I just got a notification about the D&D group and I was like, what?
Aha! It's in the D&D group. Note to self, put this in the edit.
Sorry.
Ah. Alright, I'm putting that in the edit. Great. Alright, so... sorry, it was Enna. Enna, you had pushed them back, you'd done some damage, and Cass, it's now your go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I hold out the ration and try to get close to it to just lure it with ration. One of them.
Alright, just roll a straight d20 to see if you get its attention.
No.
Is that a no? Aww, a 2. A lonely little 2.
Okay, if it's not getting my attention, chill touch.
Alright. Roll.
That's 7 points of necrotic damage.
Alright. I'll let you have that one, because I'm nice.
And then it will notice me, right? Notice me, senpai.
Yeah, I noticed you.
I will do the touch of the grave if you don't.
Alright. Was that 7 damage?
Yeah, 7 necrotic.
Alright. Okay, again, it's not healing from the necrotic, but it's not taking as much damage as you would expect a normal person to, but then you get that this is a dark creature, so...
Exactly.
And, alright, Puggy Wog, what do you want to do, my man?
Alright. Well, it worked so well the last time.
Oh, no.
That, try shoving one down again. Well, there's a group of them, right?
There's 4, yeah, and so far... Varric says seduce another one. So far, everyone's paired off with their own, and there's one left that you can go for. So, do you want to try kissing this one's shoes as well?
You could just start flexing in front of it.
Yeah, just confuse it.
Let me go up and... They're not gonna fucking... They're not sexual. I'm gonna push them down.
Use rations. Use rations.
I don't have any rations. I ate them all.
Then use your body. Well.
My body has a ration. A ration.
Just wave around that man meat.
Yeah, just walk up to it and wave your butt.
Twerk for it.
Oh god.
I'll walk up to it, call out to it, smack my ass, and then it's going to follow me. I have tasty half elf ass.
Alright, so are you quite literally waving your half-elf ass at it?
Yes.
Alright, roll
Everybody else is luring it. Let me do that.
roll a performance check.
Yep. Okay.
I was going to say persuasion, but performance is way more fun.
Oh. Glenn is now.
19.
Wait, what?
Ooh, 19.
You actually shook that butt very well.
Yes.
Alright.
In the middle of battle.
Half elf.
Yeah.
Alright, so... That's got to be my favourite thing of tonight. Just our poor listener. What the fuck? I transferred from my PC to my tablet, and now there is an elf twerking. Just to clarify, to seduce a scarecrow no less. And yes, in the heat of battle. Isn't it wonderful?
That's when these things always happen, right?
Yes, exactly. All right, your performance check worked beautifully. Much like the dirtier boudoir taverns you have been to in the naughtier corners of Risha, and in all your travels, you embody the exotic dancers and women you have seen on your travels. And you shake that man meat. You shake it good. You shake it like a Polaroid picture. Hey, yeah, shake it, shake it. Oh, yeah, shake it.
Oh yeah.
And the Scarecrow is now following you.
Awesome. Walk back into the house, man.
All of them are following.
And in fact,
He's taking it back to the bedroom.
It's a conga of scarecrows.
it's a conga of Scarecrows, and Pug is leading it. And because you're shaking your man-meat tush at it, you can actually walk forwards towards the building you've set on fire.
Nice.
So,
It's like the conga line of death. Fiery death.
So I'm done, right? Yeah.
you're done. It's now Bainham's go. Ooh, nat 20. Alright, cool. Bainham does... Bainham does 10 points of damage to the Scarecrow that you're shaking your tush at, Pug.
Nice.
Oh no,
Because
he's
it's-
distracting it.
Because it's so distracted by you. No. It's so distracted by your shaky tush tush that it doesn't notice that it's now been set on fire from the neck upwards. And also, you're down to 2 remaining Scarecrows beyond, because the orcs have just killed another couple of those.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Okay, so should we get rid of these 4 first?
Yeah, boy. Alright, so, top of the round, Varric. What you doing?
Well, we're closing in the building, right?
Yep.
Can I use the same tactic again? Just like closing in, and then hiding?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it really can't see you right now anyway, but it's following the food. I mean, if you really want to sacrifice, you could throw the food in the building.
He would never do that.
I guess not.
Yeah, I don't even suggest that. He would not sacrifice food.
The ultimate sacrifice, Varric. Come on. But
Actually, I'm gonna make sure that the Scarecrow won't smell it, so I'll eat it.
all right. You
But then
eat.
I'll smell your breath.
You eat the food, and how are you going to get the Scarecrow to go inside the building?
Is it still coming for me?
It's coming towards you. It can't see you. It's now looking for the food. It's going to turn its attention to the next nearest person.
I'm gonna like take a bite and then wave the food. I don't know what kind of food it is, but I'll just wave it around and then take a bite every now and then.
I'm
to,
gonna
like,
say it's probably a pie. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's most likely a pie at this point. So, okay, you've taken bites of the pie,
Yeah.
and you
pie
are...
The smell of the pie like comes out of it even more as I bite the crust, and I'll
Yes.
just like wave the smell his way
This
so
is
that he
true.
comes after me.
Alright, cool. You've got one more round, and then you'll be at the door of the house, okay?
Okay, awesome.
Alright, so, Enna, what you up to? You have done some damage to this one, and it's following you towards the house.
I'm gonna keep pushing it further and further with what is it called? Thunder wave. I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep pushing them.
Alright, cool. Roll some damage for that.
Okay. 7.
Alright.
I got really mediocre numbers.
Hey, it's not too bad, to be fair. Alright. So, you, in another round, you'll be at the house as well, okay?
Yay!
Yes, Varric, you did spend this entire battle either waving food around or eating. And you're still gonna get XP for it. I can't fucking believe it. Alright, Cass, it's your go. And if you say you're gonna eat a pie, I'm gonna kill something.
No, I'm not interested in eating. This is Varric. Okay, so I want to get behind one of the one of the I want to get behind the Scarecrow line and push them with an Eldritch Blast forward, just to hurry them up. And basically, I want to see how effective the Eldritch Blast is compared to Chill Touch, because Eldritch Blast is force damage.
Yeah.
And I do 7 points of damage.
Nice. Because it's force damage as well, you push it further towards the house, so you're now closer than everyone else.
Okay. And does it do more damage than the Chill Touch, which is necrotic damage?
Yes, it does. Or at least it reacts more. It takes it more.
Yeah.
More like you would expect.
Okay. So it takes it normally with the necrotic.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah?
It takes
it. And speaking of
it takes it so good.
speaking of taking it, it's now Pug's go.
Alright, so the Scarecrows are now kind of like moving faster, so I gotta move faster, so great. How on fire is this house right now?
The entire back house is on fire. It started to reach the roof. It will very soon reach the front. So if you want to get these Scarecrows in, you're going to have to do it soon.
Okay, so I'm going to go up to the door. I'm going to kick open the door. I'm going to run through as fast as I can.
But you're running into the house?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
And I'm going to jump through a window at the back.
Okay.
So that would be through the fire.
Okay.
The fire lands.
I am going to need you.
Dragon Force.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Why did you run through the flaming house?
Because he's an idiot. Come on. He just kissed a Scarecrow's feet.
Because I'm fucking Pug, that's why.
You're saying it wrong. It's through the fire and the flames. The epic metal song on the background now.
Okay.
Okay.
At least say that the Congo line was following you. That you performed well enough.
I tell you
I'm
what.
So you lure them in.
I'm not gonna sit there. I'm not gonna sit there and like toss them in one by one. That's never works.
Right, Pug. Roll me another performance check to see if you can get them all to follow you, and then roll me a strength or athletics or acrobatics to jump through the window.
Athletics.
Yep. We have to roll a performance first.
Alright, performance. Shit. Performance is... I got 8 performance.
Oh no!
You got 8?
Yeah.
Alright, you very nearly lose the attention of the Scarecrow who is following you, but he still does all the way to the house. And you make a dart and run in, and it follows you. And there's fucking fire everywhere, dude. Roll...
Alright.
You can either roll athletics or strength or acrobatics, fuck it, to get through this window at the back.
I'm gonna do athletics to run fast as I can through it and jump through the window. That's good. It's gonna be 17 athletics.
Alright. And can you roll me 1d4?
Alright. What is that? That is 1.
Alright, you take 1 point of fire damage and you're now out the other side, the back of the building, out the window.
Awesome. That's 14 now. And the Scarecrow followed me in, right?
Yep, the Scarecrow followed you in, so you're now 1 down.
Awesome.
Alright. And Bainham is gonna go for the furthest back one, which is that one, and he misses. Alright, so Varric, it's your go. You're now at the door, so you can chuck yours in you can run through and jump, whatever method you would like to get your Scarecrow in this building.
Well, I think seeing Pug run through, I just decided to like bolt the other way. Like,
right.
I'm like, yeah, no. and I'll just push him in and then use Mask of the Wild to like hide and make sure he doesn't follow me back out.
Okay. Alright, cool. You're... Just roll a straight d20 quick.
That's a 1.
Oh. Alright.
Like, that's a
The
natural
Scarecrow sees the fire and doesn't go in the building, but it hasn't seen you because of Mask of the Wilds. And Anna, it's your go.
So I'm gonna go for one more giant push with the Thunder Wave and try and get them into haste.
Alright, cool. Roll damage.
7 again.
That's not too bad. He's on less than he was, and he's now... Yeah, he's coming up on half damage, so that's not too bad. Alright, you're close enough to the door if you want to get him in.
So just like drag him in.
Yeah?
Okay, I give him a giant one little shove, and he's in the door. I give him a kick.
Okay, you're going to kick him, you're going to stay outside, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Okay. So, that one's now in, but next to you, you have another Scarecrow which hasn't gone in yet. Okay? And Pug, your one is already in, you're at the back of the building. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna try to run around the front and see what's going on.
Yeah? Okay, you get around the front and you see one Scarecrow that's outside. Varric appears to have disappeared. Kess is coming up with another Scarecrow in tow, and Enna is by the front door, close to the other Scarecrow that's not going in.
Okay, so I'm gonna knock down that Scarecrow that's not going in. He's just kind of standing around, so I'm gonna knock him down.
Alright. Roll. Are you just going to do it with your fists?
I'm gonna do the shove thing I did before.
Yeah? Alright, roll for that.
Alright, that is 13. No, 14.
Alright, yep, that'll do. And you kick, and that one is in the building as well.
Awesome.
Okay, so Varric, your one's in. Pug, your one's in. Annie, your one's in. Kaz, what are you going to do with yours?
Okay, let's finish this. Can I use Eldritch Blast from the back of the last one to push it in?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. It does 4 points of damage as well as
Okay, cool.
force.
It catches fire even quicker than it would have done and flies through the door. And as it does so, you hear the rasping noises, and all 4 of them go up in flames, and you see the black smoke coming out, billowing in the shapes of the rest of the Scarecrows heading and joining into the whirlpool in the sky. And the entire building is now gone up in flames. You notice that it's starting to edge over to the roof of the neighbouring house, which you know has a few people in it.
Are there any more Scarecrows left?
There is one now that is nearly dead. It's being killed by a load of the half-orcs. It's off about 1.5 fields ahead. It's got about 4 half-orcs around it, and then they've nearly done it.
And that's the last one.
That's the last one you can see, yeah.
I think they got that covered. We should probably take care of the house.
Or the people in it.
But I wanted to try out something.
We'll go ahead, we'll just get these people out and take care of the house then.
Yeah? Varric and Pug and Enna, are you going to get the people out of the house, or are you going to stop the fire now that all the Scarecrows have gone? Well, the Scarecrows in the house, anyway.
Or at least I'm going to try to help him.
Rosie, I wanted to test out something.
Uh-huh.
I know that the Scarecrows went up in flames, but before they went up with flames, could I have tried to cast magic on them to try out something?
Yeah, can do. I can say you did it to the one that as you were bringing it towards the last one towards the house if you want. What are you trying out?
So I wanted to cast Healing Word to see what happens, because necrotic damage they seem to be resistant to, force damage they react normally to, and I wanted to see what happens if you try to heal them.
Okay. It didn't seem to do very much. Like, it didn't...
Did it get healed?
It didn't seem
or
to
did
heal.
It just not affect it?
It didn't seem to do anything.
Okay,
It was...
it didn't affect it at all.
It was like... their dark magic, and your healing wouldn't help. It would be like a dark restoration thing that would probably help.
Okay. Yeah, no, I just wanted to check out what happened.
Yeah,
like, just
but that's
in case
what
it was damaging it.
That's what your brain goes to when you see that. That's what
Okay.
you start thinking. But yeah. Okay, so Varric and Enna and Pug, what are you doing with the house? What did you decide?
Helping get the people out.
Yeah, I think I just run in and try to.
You could bang on the door and see if they notice.
We can kick open the door and drag people out.
If you want to, sure.
Kick down the door. Just keep kicking the door.
Yeah,
Kick
let me
it in.
kick open the door, and then
Yeah?
you guys can figure out the people. I don't got
Okay,
charisma.
roll a strength to kick open the door.
Are you sure it's not athletics?
To kick open a door, I'm pretty sure it's strength.
It's just strength.
I mean, you
Right.
can, if you want to use your athletics, you can dive through a window again. Into...
Dive at the door with your foot.
Drop kick the door.
Yeah, drop kick it. Drop kick the door.
Okay, let me tear the door off the hinges, then drop it. Oh my god. Okay, so I got strength was 11 strength, which doesn't seem like enough.
Say again.
11 strength.
11. Yeah, okay. It's an old door. It's in an old town. Yeah. You knock it. It doesn't quite go off its hinges. It's sort of like it bangs open and you hear some shrieks from upstairs. Sort of like, and there's a dude and a woman voices you can hear up the stairs in the next level of the house.
There is a fire. You should run if you value your lives.
Do they have water in the house? Do they have like a bucket of water in the house?
You could probably look for a
Like-
bucket, sure.
Like, cause it's for like drinking and stuff, you know, into the house.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, there is one.
Alright, can I grab that and take it upstairs?
Throw it at the wall.
Well, I mean, it like makes sure nothing catches on fire with it, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Cool. You'd probably run upstairs with that because that's where the fire is most likely to catch because it was spreading across the roof.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And you notice that it is starting to lick down one side of the roof. So you can throw it towards that, and you see the man and the woman as well, and you can tell them to get out, and they start running down the stairs.
Yeah, so let me do that. Throw the bucket. You kind of cut out, so I didn't hear what to throw the bucket at. But let me throw the bucket at what you said.
Towards the roof where the flames are catching.
Yeah, so let me put out the flames up there to make it not so burnable, and then
Yeah.
tell people to get their asses outside. No more scarecrows, dudes.
All right. Cool. They look at you like you're weird when you say scarecrows, but they nevertheless run outside the house, and Enna and Varric sort of pull them outside as well. And when you get outside, you notice that what Pug's done from the inside, the house isn't catching anymore, and the house with the scarecrows in is slowly collapsing in on itself. The fire's slowly dying out on that one too.
Well, job well done.
Awesome.
Go team.
And
Yay.
you notice also two things. Can everyone roll me a perception? You notice that the final Scarecrow has been killed by the other half-orcs, and you see its black shape rise up and go in the sky and join the swirling dark clouds up ahead with the red crashing lightning. Alright. 20, 21, 12. Yeah, you only needed a 5 to see this, to be honest, really, guys.
Yay.
Okay, you guys notice that the dark forces inside the Scarecrows that rose up and went into the sky that initially you thought had disappeared, it's joined with the clouding black whirlpool, and it's bigger, and it's making more noise, and the thunder is growing louder. And across in the very far distance, over the land of Travis, you see the gigantic hulking shadow figure pause in its movement. The swirling darkness above you bellows a blast of black air that shoots out like tendrils of dark wind, and it smashes through the house that was on fire and knocks it to the ground where the Scarecrows were. All of you guys are blasted back, and can you all roll me either a d20 and add your strength modifier, or a d20 and add your dex modifier, whichever one's higher for you.
Definitely dex.
8 for strength.
Oh, nice.
Oh god.
Okay.
Dex was it, right?
Dex or strength, whichever is higher.
Cool.
Okay, have you all typed those in as well? Sorry, I'm not on the same page yet.
Yeah, we all typed it in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you want us to say it?
Yeah, could you say it for me? Because I'm just typing something in.
Yeah, so mine is 14.
Mine is 8.
I got 20.
And I got 22.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, guys. Okay, so, Pug, you're lying flat on your back now. The blast of wind, knocked you over. Kes, you're staggering and you're just finding your feet again. Enna and Varric, you're still on your feet, but you've all been blasted away. You all landed, you hit the wall of a building on the other side of the street. You're just down the road from, the tavern, the Red Holly, because that was the street you walked down to get towards the farm and the fields and stuff. But yeah, Kes, you're still on your feet, but you're unsteady. Pug, you landed on your back, your head hit the wall, but you're okay. And Enna and Varric, you're still standing. And you notice that up and around, the darkness in the air is swirling and dark. And the lightning is flashing around you. And the big, swirling, bellowing darkness slams again into the ground, and everything starts to shake and rumble, and you're blasted again, and you hit the wall, and you see it's taken down half of the street now. Houses are starting to collapse and crumble. In a fit of anger and rage that all the Scarecrows are no more and the darkness in the city seems to have gone, you then notice it rearing back, and almost like a giant black mouth hole in the sky, it rears back and it shoots out another blast, and it's heading right towards you. Can you all roll me a d20 with your athletics or acrobatics to dodge out the way of the tendrils?
Oh, shit.
12. I'm not doing very good with dodging today.
Coming there.
Wait, it
I
was
got 12 as well.
acrobatics or athletics, right?
Yeah.
Acrobatics or athletics, whichever you're best at, because you're just diving out of the way right now.
In that case, 15.
Oh wait, actually no. Then I got 14. Hang on.
Oh, we got a nice little order of 12, 13, 14, 15.
Aww.
It's so sweet. Sweet little guy.
Okay, what have you got? Is this all the newest rolls? Kez 13, Enna 12. Oh no, nope, sorry. Varric 15, Enna 14. Pug, what did you get?
I got 12.
12. And Kez?
It had 13.
13. Okay, cool. Alright, you all just dart out of the way as these tendrils that are not solid. They're like a gaseous but thick, deadly looking wind sweep towards you and scrabble at you desperately and then suck back into the sky. Enraged, it leans back and lets out another blast, and you feel it against your faces as another blast sends it down, and yep, another 2 houses, including the tavern, the Red Holly, are blasted apart. They collapse down to the floor, and you hear screams as more people run off into the distance of the village, heading out towards the port and the harbour. It's the only place they can think of to go. In that moment, in the wreckage of the tavern, the Red Holly, you remember and you see the 3 fallen comrades lying unconscious in the bedroom.
No.
In the bedroom. And there's also a Listor if anyone cares, but I don't think anyone does. In the corner of your eye, you see the big fat ginger cat go streaking into the distance. And the cat's fine, it's fine.
Yeah. And that's why I was
Alright.
it lost its phone.
I'm enjoying the music now. Here we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you all avoided that last one. The great crater in the sky, you can hear a dark echoing scream, and the mouth of black dark air opens up, and it's shooting down tendrils towards the tavern, the Red Holly, and there's about 6, and they're heading they're heading down towards the ground, and they're gonna scoop anything up that they can catch hold of. They've gone past you, and they're heading towards Listor. Huh?
It's going past us. It's going for them. For Orisa.
Yeah.
I jump on.
You just you
Can I
what?
try to touch a tendril? I want to see what it feels like.
They've
I
shot
jumped
past
in
you
between.
guys. Varric, what are you doing?
I tried to stop it. I jump in between.
Oh, okay. Roll me a d20.
Do I add dexterity because it's...
Yeah.
Thank God. Good luck.
That's a 1.
Oh shit.
I
Okay.
didn't jump on it.
Okay.
I did fucking try to jump.
He's hungry. He wants to
You
eat it,
tried and
apparently.
you failed.
Okay. All the tendrils, now distracted from the wreckage and the rubble, all wrap around the elf Varric, and they start pulling you up into the sky. Roll me another d20 and add your dex.
That's a fucking... Wait, I add dex?
Yeah.
Then it's a 7.
Oh,
I
shit.
rolled a 2.
Hang on. Alright, they've still got a hold of you. You've now taken 10 points of damage.
10 points?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Okay.
0.
Down to 2.
Oh, shit. Okay, roll me another d20 and add your dex.
Wait, sound cut out for a second.
Roll another d20 and add your dex. Or your strength, whichever's higher.
God fucking damn it! That's another 2. I roll for 7 again.
Okay. You take 5 points of damage.
I'm down.
Are you less than 0?
-3 to be precise.
Alright.
He's still fine. We can still revive him.
Guys on the ground, the black tendrils are sucking the elf into the sky. He's now higher than the buildings ahead of you. Varric, roll me a d20. And if you have anything as a death saving, now will be the time to add it.
So that would be with my advantage because of Blessing of Luck.
Sure.
Advantage on death saving.
Yes.
Oh, but by the way, Rosie, can we try to
You can try and shoot it if you want.
Yeah, I'm trying to shoot it with Eldritch Blast because it had a range of 120 feet.
Yeah, go on then. Roll. And what did you get, Varric, on your 7?
After fucking adding advantage.
Alright, that's 1. Okay, anyone on the ground, what are you doing? He's now really high in the sky.
Can we try and like jump up and grab his arms and down?
You can't grab his arms, he's over a building high in the air. You can throw things or shoot at him.
Okay.
Shit. Can't do anything.
If only I didn't use my healing magic.
Throw Pug!
Okay, so I did 4 points of damage with Eldritch Blast to the tendrils.
Okay, to the tendrils. Alright. One of the tendrils lets go of Varric and swoops back into the sky, but he's still got 5 on him. Is anyone else having a go?
Okay.
I'll throw a fireball at it and see what happens.
Okay, it'll take it because it's distracted, so just roll your damage.
Ooh, 10!
Ooh, nice! Alright, another tendril has let go of Varric, whose head now lolls, but it's still got 4 on him. Is anyone else firing anything? You can have one more go.
I'll pick up some of the debris from the house and throw it at him.
Okay, just roll a straight d20 and add your dex.
So I got 4.
Okay, that misses. In fact, it hits Varric in the head. Take another point of damage, Varric.
He's about to die.
Yeah.
Okay, Varric, roll me another d20, and if you have anything death saving related, add it.
But it's like important if he goes into too much minus damage, he
Yep.
just straight on dies.
Yep.
So,
9. Is that enough?
You need 10 or more, dude.
Fuck.
You've got one more. You got one more. It's okay. Anyone on the ground? Do you want to do anything?
I'll throw more fireballs at it.
All right, just roll your damage.
yeah, I'll do Eldritch Blast as well.
Okay,
10
everyone-
points.
10. All right, that's another tendril down, and then is that Kess 10 as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast.
All right, there's one tendril holding on to Varric round the middle. Pug, are you doing anything?
Let me throw another piece of wood at it.
Okay, roll a d20 and add your dex.
Before he does that, can I hand him what's the word? A crossbow.
You've already fired at it. You can, if he makes the next save, you can.
Okay.
Pug.
But why is he throwing recovery?
I got 17.
Okay, yeah, you've hit. Roll damage. What are you throwing? Sorry.
Like a sharp piece of beam that's not too
Okay,
bright.
roll a d6 because it's just a small thing.
2.
If you'd rolled a 5, all right. No, the last tendril still got you. Varric, this is your last death saving throw.
Well, it was nice knowing him.
I still have advantage. But I have not been lucky.
Oh damn!
I rolled a 1 after advantage.
Oh my god!
Ah,
You rolled
God.
2 ones.
Yes. I rolled 2 fucking 1s.
Dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out tomorrow and buy myself new dice because this is just getting fucking ridiculous.
Throw that one in the fire, jeez.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
3 failures.
So, the final tendril sucks the unconscious form of the dark-haired elf Varric into the sky, and he is engulfed in the black whirling tornado, and all the clouds form back into the air, and the sky clears. And the dark clouds move back towards the dark shape walking on the horizon, and you're left in fire and rubble and ashes and rain and some thunder and lightning in the distance.
So it's like it's going away. It's walking away.
The big black thing in the sky with all the clouds and the scarecrows is going away.
So all it needed was a sacrifice. That's all it needed. We won.
Sure.
Oh, it's gone now, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're welcome, guys. All it took was my body.
You didn't die in vain. You saved us all.
Save the town! Yay!
On the other hand, all the food I stole from these people was now for nothing. Because I didn't have time to eat it all.
Aww.
But you paid your debts.
A bit more than that. That gold was an advance payment on more food. So I'm guessing Arissa gets like that advance payment because I was traveling with her.
Well, someone else will get all your pie, man, that this store promised you. Yeah. So, yeah. So,
Well, I'm gonna assume that Lister won't be making any pies any soon.
well, you don't know.
Yeah, we'll take a pie.
The tavern was destroyed, right? Which was why Arissa was in view, and I had to jump in.
Yeah. So,
I should have expected that as soon as I decided to like jump in between.
so,
That was a heroic death, Daniels.
Yeah. Too bad she couldn't see it.
maybe it's a good thing that, she didn't see it.
True.
So, you guys are left in the crumbled town of Savis. The elf's body does not drop from the sky. He is gone, as are the storm clouds and the darkness, for now. You can still see the red lightning and the thunder in the distance, on the horizon, and the big dark shadow far across Travis walks on. And you pick your way through the rubble of the tavern, and you see the moving form of Listor, the barkeep, starting to stir, covered in beer and wine and dust and grub and brick and mortar. And the three unconscious bodies of Kiara and Belgarath and Arissa, miraculously still alive, still passed out, hopefully to join us in 2 weeks when we pick up this tale. Because, well, I can't think of a more happy note to leave it on, can you guys?
Ah, this was quite an exciting ending, right?
Very dramatic.
I feel like I'm going to have to go and watch Matt Mercer's video on how to deal with character death now. Oh well. Still got Tuesday, Varric. Still got Tuesdays. It'll be great.
Yeah. I wonder if we will see him again as a Varric Scarecrow. Possibly trying to eat.
We
Quite
haven't
possibly.
found his body yet. If there's no body, technically,
Yeah, he could
dead.
turn into... Well, he could always become undead as well.
Yeah. we can Game of Thrones this shit. Did you see him die? Well, technically you saw him die, you just haven't got the body yet. So.
Yeah.
So the body could still be alive somewhere, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That thing could pump some darkness into it. Dark restoration.
This
Oh fuck.
is very, very true.
So,
And it could
so,
have a dark Varric.
so my name now ends up in the hierarchy of evil. Lit Jarek.
Oh,
Hey, it might be a good opportunity to try multi-classing out now. Make a deal with the demon and he'll bring you back to life, and then you have to do stuff.
another Varlock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something to think about.
So, everybody, I'm going to say I will see you in 2 weeks, and I'm sure we will talk online in the meantime. I have nearly finished editing your first episode, which will be up very shortly, and this one will as well, I promise. So yeah, everyone say bye-bye to the recording, and I'll stay on here after the recording. I'm just going to end the recording now, right? Everyone say tatty bye.
Bye. What is that?